Have you had dirty balls? Do they stink like fucking swamp ass? Well, you should check out Ballsy. Ballsy is a men's health and wellness.
Are you gonna keep doing that, Reed, so I can cut it and chop it up?
Fuck, I don't have that. Hold on, let me pull it up. Fuck.
No, just talk about Ballsy, bro. Ballsy is great.
Well, that's
if you got swamp balls, I know it's hot outside, boys. I know it's hot outside. I know you got that swamp ass, them swamp balls, and sometimes you just want to freshen up or maybe even avoid it if you can. Especially on a hot summer day in Texas, where the heat index makes it feel 107. You know, I don't understand the whole it's this, but it feels like this thing. It's whatever it feels like, right? But anyways, I know your ass is sweating, your gooch is stinky, and we got a really badass product for you. It's called Ballsy brand. They sell the most amazing smelling activated charcoal and pH balanced ball wash that'll not only get your shit clean, it'll make it feel nice and fresh and tingly. They also have the nut rub solid cologne. You know, after you wash your balls with that ball wash, you get a little bit of that solid cologne and you just give it a little pop, pop.
It's also pH balanced too, so it keeps it like nice and clean.
Yeah, so you pop it a little bit on the bottom of your ball sack and wrinkle it around a little bit, and boom, you got great smelling balls. And if you sweat a lot, and I know big boys out here be chafing, they sell the liquid powder ball guard, which is actually made to prevent you from chafing. It also keeps your balls nice and fresh and clean feeling and dry. Ball wash.
So realistically, guys, keep your balls from looking like one of those rubber things you threw at the wall that would slowly like kind of come down those little wall climbers. You know, on a hot day, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And check out Ballsy.
Yep. Yeah. Go check out Ballsy, Ballsy.com, and use our promo code TW15 for 15% off. Also, before we start the show, let me tell y'all about some buddies of mine. This is not a sponsor. I just want to give them a little bit of a shout out, a little bit of clout.
Are we keeping all of this in here?
Oh yeah, this is all staying in.
Oh god.
No. So this is what I'm gonna do, Kyle. We're gonna do all this right now. Then I can go back and chop it up and stick it where I need to stick it. But at least it's already recorded.
Where you gonna stick it, my guy?
Spread them cheeks and I'll show you.
You're not Blake. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Fuck, Blake called dibs already. All right, let me get back to this.
In a sense, yeah.
Let me tell you about my friends at buythedrip.com. If you like cryptocurrency or stocks and you want some really cool merchandise or shirts to show off how big you are into Bitcoin or Dogecoin, they got all sorts of cool designs, like the Safe Moon design. They got the Bitcoin to the Moon design. They got a whole bunch of cool ass shit. They got Dogecoin shirts, Bitcoin shirts, Safe Moon. They got some stonks too, like the AMC apes and all that fun stuff. So go check them out. It's buythedrip.com. That's BUY-THE-DRIP.com. Buythedrip.com. Go get you some t-shirts. They look fucking dope as hell, and they are our friends. Also, when you go buy it from them, tell them the Weekly D sent you. And fuck, I forgot what the promo code was. Hold on.
Actually, this is a pretty solid outline, my guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Thank you. Just see me when I'm naked.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I actually really didn't know what that means.
Stop coming on to me.
I can't. You're married.
Oh, wow. You just literally come on to random married individuals? You're like, yeah, anybody married turns me on.
Ooh, I love it. Everyone is not available. Yes, please. Jesus Christ, I need to get laid. Ah!
God, Chris.
It's been 2 months. Don't ask me how I know that.
Don't ask me how I know that.
I blame someone because they reminded me.
Well, 2 months.
Oh, fuck no, I forget that.
It's a long time, bro.
Yeah, says the married guy. Fuck you.
Well, I'm married. This makes it a lot easier for me.
You're probably hey, what? Can I?
Cut that out.
Sure. This has to stay in.
This is gonna be all horrible.
We don't do anything like that. We just hang out.
I'm so confused. Is Daniel still looking for the promo code? Is that what's going on? What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Okay. The promo code to the moon.
Really? That's what it was?
Use promo code on buythedrip.com to get free shipping on all your orders. Hey, what's up, guys? Danny G here. So I just gotta tell you, this episode was fucking awesome. It's a little long. Don't get me wrong, it is a little long. It might take a couple of plays, but it's okay because you do not want to miss out. The Return of Jahmaiki. This dude is such a dope artist, and we are extremely, extremely grateful to have him on the show. He was hilarious. We talked about almost everything and anything that's going on right now, stemming from OnlyFans to the baby to cryptocurrency to pretty much anything. Music, him as an artist coming up in Houston. It was a super dope recording. I highly recommend the episode. I hope y'all enjoy it. And yeah, that's the Return of Jahmaiki. What's up, D-Fam and new listeners? Welcome back to the greatest Bi-City podcast in the world. Coming to you from Houston, Texas and Louisville, Kentucky, it's the Weekly D podcast. I'm your host, Danny G. This is my co-host, Kyle Austin, and today we are joined by a young Houston artist, rapper, and R&B singer, our first ever interviewee on the Weekly D podcast. Please make some noise for our friend, Jahmaiki.
What's good? What's good?
What's happening, bro?
Applause. It's good to have you back, man. Welcome back.
It's great to have you
y'all
back.
having me back.
Man,
How are
bro.
you, man? How you been doing?
I've been good. Been working on a lot of music. A lot of music, really. I took a little break for a minute, but you know, everything cool. I'm here.
You back?
Good.
You back with the fire, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man, it's been a minute since we've had you on here. I mean, like I said, you were our first interviewee ever. That was 3 years ago. You know,
was
before.
was it 3 years?
It was about 3 years ago. Yeah.
Like 2018 and 2019.
It was 2018, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago. You know, we were all a lot younger.
Yeah. A lot younger. Oh, no.
You were 21. I was 24 at the time. Now,
Yeah,
3 years
I'm
later.
your age now, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that shit tripped me out, man. Like I was telling you before we started, you know, we posted this episode just because we needed something to post, and I was like, man, let's just throw a throwback on there. I was like, let's throw the first interview we've got ever. So we threw up the Jahmaiki interview. It was lit. A lot of people responded to it. They liked it. You know, things have changed over time, and that's still one of the interviews that just always pops every time we throw it on there. But it tripped me out to hear, you know, because at one point we're like, oh yeah, you know, you're 21, I'm 24, Dan was 25, and now that we're here, it's like, damn, dude, time has flown.
Yeah, it has. Time's just going at its own pace. It's true.
Yeah.
So in 2020, and also 2021, it's acting like it got somewhere to be.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're more than halfway through the year already.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just blowing by.
What the hell happened? I don't, you know, because it felt like, I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but like when 2020 happened, when everything like went down with the pandemic, like I felt like the year was going by slow, like really slow. But now, like as soon as we hit 2021 and kind of stuff got lifted a little bit and they gave us a little bit more freedom, it just felt like this whole year's just kind of gone by. And before we know it, we're about to hit September. Like we're 2 weeks away from Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Like we're about to be off for a 3-day weekend for fall, bro. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
That is wild, dude. Time has gone by so fast. But yeah, dude, you were our first interview, and like how did that feel after? You know, or when you were with us and you were chilling, you know, we were all just chopping it up. Because I believe that was one of your first interviews too, right? Like,
not my first interview, but my first like being on a podcast. It was my first podcast, and no, it was cool. I was after that interview, I was like, man, I kind of want to do a podcast, man. Let's talk about many things. I was like thinking I did. Actually, me and my homie were thinking about it like one time.
Uh-huh.
But that didn't fall through 2019 because I don't know what happened in 2019. That was a whole wreck. I don't know what happened. But yeah, no. After doing the podcast, it was a I had a good time last time I came. So so I was like, yeah, no, let's link back up, man. Like,
yeah,
always. That's not even a question.
Oh yeah, we appreciate your time, man. We appreciate you, feeling comfortable enough to come back on here with us, because we had a blast too. Like, even though it was our first interview, like we had a blast. You were cool as shit when you showed up. We had food, we had bottles ready. It was a party at that time. That was a party house back then, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember listening to it for the first time because at that time I was actually just a fan of the Weekly D. Because I had saw Danny was one of my friends from a while ago, and he was kind of like, doing this thing, and I was like, this is super cool. I want to see what's going on, and that's when, that's the whole thing. How you kind of ended up there too, because we linked up, and I was like, hey, you should come up on the Weekly D. They're really cool guys, and I think you'd have a good time. And lo and behold, I got to live first and foremost when it popped up, and you just went. It was just a fun interview to listen to, and I was like, man, he gets to show off his music, like it's just a vibe, like for those that don't know in the podcast, I've known Jahmaiki a long time.
Yeah,
a long time. He's actually really, really close friends with my little brother, and like they went to school together. They were in the same grade, and like they were like really close for a long time. And I think y'all still chat from time to time.
Yeah, I just talked to Cameron maybe 2-3 weeks ago, actually.
Yeah. He's just chilling, being a dad. Super weird.
Yeah, that tripped me out. I'm like, oh man, you a dad now too? I'm like, man, everybody get married or they something.
Yeah, that's for sure, man.
That's for sure. But yeah, no, it's great to finally like catch up, man, and just talk to you a little bit and just kind of see what you've been up to the past couple of years, because it's just I've been listening to your music when it comes out, like what's it called? When it comes out. Oh, I try to convince my wife to when that let's get down tonight. Let's get down tonight. Oh yeah. I tried to put her in my wedding. She listened, she was like, this is good, but it's not a wedding song. And I was like, fine. But no, I would jam that all the time. I really like that song.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite songs I've made. Even that's actually my favorite video.
That's a great video.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite songs that I've done. I need to drop another video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. We'd like to see that. Yeah. Just let us know when it pops up, and we'll post it on our social media too when it pops out.
Yeah,
for sure.
I have something coming. I have a story on why that video has not dropped. Actually, there's other video that I'm working on.
Okay. Bet. Hell yeah. It's been a minute since we talked to you, and obviously a lot of time has gone by, and we had one of the craziest fucking pandemics probably in our lifetime that happened. COVID. Yeah. Like, did that like mess up any of your plans? How'd you go through all that? Because I mean, it was wild. We had COVID, we had the Texas freeze, we have all this shit going down, man. It's like one thing after another, and I know it's gotta be frustrating.
2020 was crazy, and then the top of 21 was crazy. 21 was crazy. No, I just to be honest with you, I was just recording music, and because at the time I was working a solar panel job, just doing installations, that didn't really mess anything up for me. So I didn't have to be in contact with anybody. That happened. I ended up being in a relationship through COVID, and then I was just working on me really like through that time, because honestly, coming out of 2019 into 2020, like I was going through depression like real bad. Like I wasn't making any type of music, to be honest. So just coming out of that and just having a time where everybody was just home, it was like, okay, this is different, but this is giving a lot of time for you to just work on yourself and just learn a lot of things, and just, it was a creative time also. A lot of people would look at it as a bad thing. A lot of deaths happen, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to that or anything, but just like personally to yourself, just being with yourself and just learning more about yourself, I feel like that would make you stronger in the long run. So that was really just how I was dealing with it through majority of the time. And That freeze. Oh no, I was cold. I was cold. I had 2 big jackets on under some covers. I don't know.
How long were you guys out of power?
Man, we were out of power maybe 3 days straight, and then it turned back on, turned off, turned back on for 2 hours. It was just on and off. Every time it turned back on, I was like, all right, I gotta try to write something, make something. And as soon as I'm about to do it, off. It's like, damn. Nothing. But I actually on YouTube on my channel, I recorded some footage of it too. Mm-hmm. So I was talking about it on my channel as well too, just to inform people and whatnot. Yeah, so that's what I was doing. What were y'all doing through that time?
Oh man, it was crazy, because right when COVID started, I think that's when Dan, the guy I used to do this podcast with, he kind of dropped out like around March. So there was a month where I was just like stuck, and it was right when COVID like started popping off. Everything started getting shut down. Yeah. So I had like a couple of weeks where I sat at home and I was like, man, what am I gonna do? Like this dude left. Yeah. I was like, I already got money invested in this. Just trying to get it pop off. I enjoy doing it, and I was like, I can't just let this project die out like that without powering through this and figuring it out. So I did a couple episodes by myself. Realize that doing a podcast by yourself, talking to yourself, is a lot harder than it sounds. So I had to figure it out, and luckily I hit up Kyle, and Kyle was like, "Bro, like, he's like, I miss podcasting and this and that," because he had his own podcast called "I'm Gonna Need the Beer" podcast, which is about to come back in October. But I hit him up, and he's like, "Man, dude, like he had gone through the same situation where his co-host had dropped out as well, so he was kind of in limbo, and it happened to work itself out. I hit him up. I was like, man, you want to hop on my podcast one day? We'll try it out, see what happens, and we'll go from there. He hopped on. We had a great time. It was like it felt like we never missed a beat. And, and we got to link up. We got a new excuse to talk to each other every week. Almost every day, and it went from there, man. We recreated the Weekly D podcast. We got more into like the Doge community and cryptocurrency, and we've been building from there, man. Crypto. We'll talk about it.
Gotta talk about that.
I noticed the rocket, and I was like, I wonder if that's what the rocket to the moon is. I know he's in Space City, but my mind was like, man, is that a Dogecoin to the moon rocket ship? Is that a stonk rocket ship? What are we talking now?
What y'all invested in? What are y'all in?
Man, we're in all sorts of stuff. Doge, Bitcoin, Ripple, Tron. Yep.
Oh, you got some Ripple?
I don't have any Ripple. I know Danny has Ripple.
I have Ripple.
Yeah, hold on to that.
I'm a Bitcoin holder, Ethereum holder. I hold BTT, BitTorrent token. Yeah. Hold Doge. I hold a little bit of Nervous Network, CKB. I was holding Cardano for a while, and I sold it. And I know. I sold it. I sold it like as everything was dipping, and I was like, man, I want to buy more Doge with it. So I sold it, and I was like, you know what? It's too late. But I still have CKB. I still have like the Nervous Network directly tied to Cardano's blockchain. So if Cardano continues to do well, CKB will do well as a result. So I was kind of like, okay, like this is what we're gonna do instead, and I'll just hold on to my CKB. I have about 8,000 coins there, so I was like, well, I can up it to about 10,000 at some point, and then I'll just hold on to that and ride it out. Like I have my Dogecoin, I have like about 12.5 thousand.
Yeah.
And so like I've made like $4,000 off of it.
No, that's good. Hey, that's profit.
Heck yeah. Profit. I got no complaints on that note though, but my Ethereum and Bitcoin have been looking real good. Yeah. Thank God, because I started buying really low again. Like I had bought at the top and then it dipped, and so I was just like giving myself an opportunity to catch up. So yeah, I'm looking real good now.
Yeah, Ethereum got a lot of coins coming out, so no, Ethereum is definitely gonna keep going up as it is.
Well, not to mention NFTs right now too, the non-fungible tokens. I don't know if you've been holding any NFTs, but I just recently got started, and
Tory Lanez just dropped the NFT for his album.
Oh, did he really?
And it was for $1, and I bought it. So I'm like, yo. That's probably the most smartest thing. I ain't seen nobody do that yet. For an album as an NFT, I have not seen anybody.
It was only $1?
Yes. It's sold out in a day.
That's insane.
is
After
He sold
probably
$1
reselling
million in
ridiculous.
a day of NFTs,
Holy shit!
and that was considered that's considered platinum.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Holy
really
crap.
smart. I didn't know he did that. That's genius.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
genius.
like, that was I was like, no, he changing the game for that.
Well, because
People
NFTs and songs are a thing, like, and people were starting to
Mhm.
do that, but nobody. I don't know if anybody's fully like done that before. So that's really cool. I didn't know that was a thing. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and it you can't even buy it now. That's the messed up thing about it. You cannot even buy it.
Well, he built the stock up. That's what he did.
I got a couple NFTs I'm holding on to. I'm holding on to Crypto Plebes, which is like a newer up and coming. They're like a month old, but they're pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Reckless Whales, which is like, so I hold them. I hold, what do you call it? There's quite a few I hold. Another one called Voxel Eggs, which are just these really cool little eggs that have like different patterns and stuff. I'll show you after the podcast. But like, they're dope. I'll send you some links so you can take a look at them.
There's actually a coin right now. It's actually to do with AI. And they just put it on Coinbase. I forgot what it's called, but it's becoming a thing right now. It's basically where like AIs are actually starting to.
It's
basically you can take your Gmail and everything, put it in one thing, and the AI will start answering and doing things for you rather than you having to do it. They just dropped the coin for it, but it's not even just with emails; it's with other things as well too.
Yeah, I can do tasks for you. It's called Fetch, ain't it? I think it's Fetch AI or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got me 5 of them. You know, Coinbase be doing that thing where if you watch the video, you get
for free.
Yeah.
You might as well get it.
Might as well. Dude, I watch all the videos. Every time I see one, I'm watching them. I'm like, one day one of these is gonna pop off, and it was all for free.
So I'm gonna put. Actually, right now I'm investing heavy in AMP right now. That I know that one's gonna go and pop up too. A little rumor going around with Amazon. And
that's the music one, right?
What AMP?
Yeah, it's not music or like production.
Something like that. I know Amazon's looking at some coins that they want to start using, and so is Walmart too. And AMP is actually is being in consideration in there. So that's happening with that right now. So anybody who keeping up with like news and stuff.
To go from your question regarding cryptocurrency, like I don't know, I think it's an interesting field. I think it's going to be like really, really like big in the future. I'm super bullish on crypto. Side note. Have you heard about Dogepalooza? Like, are you aware of what Dogepalooza is yet?
Nah, what was that?
Okay, so Dogepalooza is something that we've actually had a hand in like helping work on, but it's we've basically been working with this music festival that's actually going to be in Sugarland at Constellation Field on October 9th, and it's going to be pretty big. So they're going to have Dionne Warwick is going to be there, as well as Damon Elliott, who's a producer. Yeah, and he's produced for like Lady Gaga, Beyonce. He's also a DJ as well. He goes by DJ Nomad, and so whenever you sign up for it, you get like NFTs and some pretty cool stuff. We've been working with them directly a lot, and we were the first podcast to like promote them. Yeah, which is really cool. And I don't know, we're excited. We're gonna be there, and if you ever want to perform, they're still looking for certain like local artists and stuff like that. So
I sign me up. So you should have been told me that, Kyle.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't.
Why you ain't tell me that?
Well, you still got time.
There's still a lot of time to sign up. You just gotta go on the.
Say it was performed.
Yeah, dude. It's potentially just off record. It could be. It's going to be potentially 5,000 people that are going to be there. Yeah. So it's gonna be a pretty big event. Like, and there's going to be like quite a few people there that may be good to talk to. There's going to be a couple of Grammy award-winning artists that are going to be there.
They got some big hitters, man. Like Dionne Warwick. I mean, huge Grammy artist back from the 50s or 60s, I believe.
Yeah, she's an OG.
She's
and
huge.
Damon, who's her son, but he goes by DJ Nomad, which you probably heard of him if you've been, because I know you do some of the producing in your background, so you know that he's produced for a lot of people in the scene. And then Chloe Flowers is going to be there. She's a Grammy award-winning artist that her album currently is sitting at number one, or it was sitting at number one for a while. And she's done a Grammy performance with Cardi B, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, she's a pianist. That's how you say it.
Yeah, she's
right?
a pianist.
I don't want to say it wrong.
But yeah, if you're
gonna
interested,
be a big event then for people to be there. That's gonna be a big event.
Well, if you're interested in like performing, Lil Mook's gonna be there too. Which I don't know if you met Lil Mook, but he's an Alabama independent artist. He's dope, and I gotta link you guys up because he's cool. He's worked with like Rich Homie Quan, Migos, and a few other people, and he's gonna be there as well. And he's a super cool guy, super down to earth. But he's gonna be performing there as well. He's done a song called Dogecoin to the Moon. He said Dogecoin to the moon, Dogecoin to the moon.
It's pretty cool.
There you are. Okay, he's utilizing his phone now, guys.
Yeah, I gotta use my phone. I don't know what's going on.
It's all good, man.
Dude. That's gonna be fine.
So while we're recording, Jahmaiki had a few issues with his internet, and we had a few connectivity issues. So at this moment, we kind of lost him.
What's it called? It's all audio anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if worse comes to worse, you can pause the video and just do audio, and it should run smooth after that. We had that issue with another guy one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended up running perfectly once we got on his phone.
I think we should be good. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, cool. So let's go. So we had a couple little technical difficulties. Apologies, guys. Just kind of how it goes. You guys literally know that I fall out every single episode. So this is what it is. But yeah, we were talking about cryptocurrency, like you said, and I think, like I said, I think cryptocurrency as a whole definitely looks very bullish, and I think there's a lot of success. And I think it's a waiting game. Basically, there's a lot of people that are still trying to kind of figure out if it's worth it. And I think it's starting to happen, like with what's happening in El Salvador recently with the Bitcoin adoption there. That's huge, massive.
Yeah.
People don't even realize that. Not to mention Doge and Ethereum are building a bridge to potentially like have it Doge jump onto the blockchain, which if that happens to the Ethereum blockchain, that could be huge because you could be utilizing NFTs. Paying for NFTs with Doge gas fees like that. And they're also been adjusting their gas fees, so you know that once the nodes are finished updating, which only I think 100 of them out of like 10,000 have been updated. And you can also set up a node, by the way, and we could talk about that after as well. But that way, when you do that and you update it, you can run the node. It actually helps the fees go down, and they could potentially go down 1,000 times percentage wise. Like to where it's like it's to where the fees are going to be like 0.000001 Doge to like send something. And so it's like going to be really cheap.
Yeah, dude, that's wild.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's definitely looking interesting. So okay, so we kind of I guess backtracked a little bit, or we talked a little bit about cryptocurrency, but let's kind of backtrack a little bit. So with COVID, you were kind of saying things were just like it was kind of like a learning process for you. You took some time to actually really focus on music. What were the biggest obstacles when you were kind of bringing yourself back in? Was it you kind of mentioned something you were kind of like in a state of like a depression where it was kind of difficult for you to like put like music into your soul so you could put it back out on the paper, if that makes sense. Was that one of the most difficult challenges that you faced, or was there more to it?
Well, for start, I've had depression actually since I was actually in 5th grade. So and going through that, and just 2019 was just I guess that's really what just like really messed me up. But having depression come back during that time of 2020 and it was feeling, I guess the main part to answer your question, really the hardest part about it was not feeling connected to music and not knowing what angle you want to take it to. And on top of that, having to just at the moment, I didn't have anybody around me either. Like a lot of my friends at the time, two of my best friends were not messing with me at the time just because due to situations that were going on. So just being by yourself, having guilt in your mind, and also trying to reconnect yourself back with your own passion and dealing with that, and also just having self-reflection in your mind, like a lot going on. That was probably it. Like that, those are like the main things that were hard for me in that moment. But it's a learning lesson at the end of the day. It makes you stronger because I mean now it's like it's more of okay, I know what to do now, so let me just start doing that. Let me focus on that type of thing because I feel like a lot of us, we'll have our idea, our bigger goal, and we'll be so fixated on just being so fixated on that bigger goal. We don't focus on those little steps to get to that big goal, and then we burn ourselves out. And me personally, I did that to myself. Like from 2019 also up until this point, like I had a whole team, and then I lost that team. Again, more situation. I lost that team, and I'm like, damn, I'm by myself. That's what forced me. But see, the good thing of me by myself, I learned how to produce. I learned how to produce. I'm doing mostly everything. I started tweaking a lot more things. I upgraded my studio. It's a lot more good things that ended up happening through all of that. So those are like the main obstacles that I feel were like the hardest that I was going through at that time.
Sure, man. I definitely understand burnout. Like being a creator in general, you go through it. Like so I don't know if you know that, but I help run 3 podcasts weekly every day. Well, not every day. It's that. And then I basically have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it's back to the grind, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes like that can get exhausting. It can get exhausting to create. It gets exhausting because sometimes people expect different things out of you. And what you can bring to the table or what you may be wanting to experiment with may not be what other people are wanting you to do.
Yeah,
and sometimes it can be like, and then sometimes you're like, man, this isn't my type of content. I'm not putting out what I'm happy with. And so I don't want to release it. And that's definitely something that I think both Danny and I definitely have dealt with.
You kind of set a standard for yourself, and you're like, man, that's not it.
Yeah. We always see it as like this. I see it as a goal to beat my former self. So when it comes to like the 2020 Kyle, for instance, what we've done and what we've accomplished in 2020, I've already surpassed that former version of myself, and I'm better for it. I've grown from it, and I've learned to be better because of it as a result.
Exactly.
So it's just consistently challenging yourself to be better, and also understanding that it doesn't stop. There is no dead end after a point. Like when you hit that bottom, right, or you hit that burnout, set a new goal, and you set that goal to be like, okay, well, maybe I can adjust my content a little bit to something that I feel like I would want to do a little bit more. And then you can challenge your former self, beat that former self, and then you're on it again. You know what I mean?
Another thing I've learned is, sometimes it's good to just step back. Step back.
Yeah, that's
Take a breather, look at what you're doing, and then be like, all right, this didn't hit. Let's try it this way. Because that's one of the biggest things with burnout, right? Is like you're constantly just pounding, and then you kind of lose sight of what the original goal was. Then it's good to just like step back and be like, all right, maybe, it's like us with a weekly podcast. Not every episode's gonna be a hit, but every now and then we get those little moments where it's just a fire episode, or we get dope ass interviews, and that makes it all worth it at the end. But we're constantly trying to grow, constantly trying to improve, do better. Bring new people in, bring old people in, to make people comfortable, and just have a great time. And because I've realized in podcasting that if you're not having fun with what you're doing, it's not going to come out the way you want.
Yeah, and exactly. Your audience reflects the same way. Like they also know that you're not having fun, so therefore they're also not having fun. It's rough, man. It's rough, but like it's good to see that you're back in it again. We've listened to a couple of your new songs, which we'll be able to kind of put out here today. And dude, honestly, I'm not even gonna like front. Like this stuff is just miles ahead from where you were when I first started listening to your music. Like it's just you're just in a different place in life, and it's just like you kind of found who you want to be. And I think that's just like the goal, right? It's like, and I think that's where I've seen it. Like that, like when it comes to the lyricism is better. When it comes to the music is a lot crisper. There's a better production in it. It's just a smoother overall hit, and it's actually I fuck with it heavy. I like this vibe, and I like what you're doing with it.
Hell yeah,
yeah. No, I appreciate that. Like I do, and like you said, the lyricism. Last time we talked in the podcast, actually, I talked about lyricism. I'm like, I haven't really shown that that side of me yet. So I'm like on this album that I'm actually working on right now. It's almost done. It's called Dead Roses. It's actually connecting the end of 2019 and it's actually capturing all the way up until now. So it's just like it's a short tape, but it just really captures all of that up until this point. But yeah, that lyricism, just being able to really putting that story into the music and really just being vulnerable and honest and just really letting that free. That's the whole really concept of Dead Roses, just deading off the old me, the things that I don't really need to be here anymore, and just basically like a flower blossoming into new, not just holding on to anything old.
Damn, that's dope. No, I mean, with the songs you send us, I mean, you can hear it. You can hear it. You can hear it. That's one thing I love about your music, like, because we've been listening to you for a while. You know, we've been listening to your music. I listened to the album you released in January, and you know the songs you sent us today.
That's just the EP.
Yeah.
That's just songs I put together and threw out.
Yeah, and like you can see the difference, though. You can see the growth, especially in the lyrics. Like you hear how vulnerable you allow yourself to be in this new project that you're working on, which is super dope.
And that tape that you're talking about is called Dark Nights of the Soul. Most of those tracks are old, but some of them actually, like Vitality, that's actually a throwaway from Dead Roses, actually.
Is it?
And then there was another song called Penthouse Blues. That was another throwaway from Dead Roses also. Bro, so I've kind of just been getting little bits of it, but yeah, definitely just it's the growth. And then one of the song that Kyle was playing at the very beginning, what is it called? Sincerity. Like I was being very, very honest.
Yeah, it's fire though. That song is fire. And you know, it's funny you say that about Vitality, because that's one of my favorite songs in that album. Like when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, dude, that shit's fire!" And now you're saying it was just a throwaway. Come on,
and that's from 2019. Funny enough, that song is from 2019. That's just one of the just capturing that moment and really putting it in a song, like, and just really having it like be what it needs to be. And that song is not even done. It has this whole long part where it just goes and then it goes back into the hook. But that tape it's a demo. Like it's not even complete. It was definitely not complete. It was just to give people something, just to, I'm coming back. It's all good.
Oh, that's just the demo. I'm excited for what's to come, bro, because that was fire. And like I know, like you said, some of those songs were older. We have heard some of those songs, but like it was such a vibe, bro. Just going through the whole track list.
I really appreciate it. Like I really, really do. Yeah, a lot of those records. A lot of those records were a lot of them were 2019 actually. Soul Attraction, that was 2019. Revisions actually was from. I dropped that back in
2018.
17, I think, or something.
Yep. We played that song on the first interview we did with you.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember listening back whenever you dropped. I remember Platinum Girl. I don't know if anybody remembers Platinum. Like for the people that like have been around listening to Jahmaiki for a long time, back when he was Jay Neezy. I know if people forget.
Only the real people know that remember that name. Only the real ones.
No, Jay Neezy and Platinum Girl with Babyface, aka my little brother, was one, and it is a music video. If you can find it, Jahmaiki, you can find it. I want you to know that I found it. I found it on like a Daily Motion site because I was looking.
What?
I wanted to show it to my wife because I was curious. I was like, oh, you got to see this like his old video with his buddy Jahmaiki and Cameron, and they did a music video together. And he has like a song, and the lyrics for his specific part were way too explicit for his old. He was like 14. And dude, I looked for it. I found it, and it does exist still. If you have to go deep.
Oh my gosh.
Internet, but it does still exist on the internet for those.
Dude, we gotta find it.
Want to find it? Yeah, It's
I
out
need
there.
to find that. I put that video on private. I still have it. I just put it on private.
You're gonna have to re-release it just like Jack Harlow did, and just be like, whatever, it's just gonna happen. Harlow, like.
Oh my god! I can't believe that's there. I cannot believe that. I gotta find that.
It took some digging, but I did in fact find it, and it was
so
worth
funny.
every moment of taking the time to look for it. Not gonna lie.
All you had to do was ask me, like, "Hey, you still got platinum?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Here's the link."
Dude, you're gonna have to drop it for me again, so I can post it on I can post it on my old an OG story on my Instagram. I gotta throw it out there for everybody.
Oh my gosh. Dude, but yeah, dude, you should let us throw that on our Weekly D podcast page as a Throwback Thursday.
I got some throwbacks. I remember my first music video, "Light It Up." I got actually Kyle's parents got me. I was in trouble with them.
Yep.
I was in trouble.
Yeah, we light it up. Yeah, we light it up.
Yo, yeah. I was getting in trouble.
We dancing in the club. Think I forgot, Jahmaiki. I didn't forget.
We were all at the movie theaters. They pulled up. They was pointing at me. I was like, "Oh man, I'm about to get it now."
I remember it going back because it was at like a time you guys were just young. That's all it was. You guys were young and you guys were having fun with the music, right? And I remember my mom being like, I thought you said he did like positive music. Cameron's like, he does, Mom. He's just trying a new sound.
And I was. That's the funny thing. I was trying to prove a point. That was really, and that's crazy thing is, like, to this day, like, I'm always trying to just prove a point because I notice just as humans, like, we'll assume something and we won't ask the person the question. So I've always been that one, like, people will look at me like, nah, they'll assume something. But then, like, when they ask me, they're like, oh, I wasn't even thinking that's what you were doing. I know you weren't. I know that. I know that's not what you were thinking. But everybody was like, man, you can't do this or that. And, like, coming into ninth grade, like, and everybody rapping, but they not trying to help you, like, and everybody looking at you like, man, you can't do what you say you can do. And I'm just like, man, I can make a song right now. And I bet you everybody in the school gonna hear it. And they're like, nah. So I'm like, all right, bet. I literally started writing "Light It Up." And then everybody in high school was just like, yo, that's you the one that made this. Like, it was crazy. It was too bad because then parents got a hold of it. That's when it was, I knew it was going somewhere.
That was a fun song, man. Talk about a throwback. I was like, man, sorry to bring it back up because I was curious.
No, me and my girl were just playing the video, maybe a month ago, and her family was there. back so "Light It Up" comes up in the conversation every now and then.
I mean, it's an important stepping stone, right? I mean, it's an important piece of the growth. So is Platinum Girl. Like, a lot of your other old songs. Like, I mean, it's all part of the overall growth of you as in your career and what you've been doing with your music. So I mean, it's an important piece of it.
Yeah, it is. It's always good to have something to look back on. That way you can see your growth, inspire yourself.
Absolutely. And then when one day, because I believe it's truly going to happen one day, Jahmaiki, I believe you'll make it. When you do finally make it, it'll be fun to release that and be like, ha, this is where
definitely, and you know what? I definitely will do that. I'll remember that you said that. I definitely do that.
Okay, so let's go ahead and cut back. So being an artist in Houston, I think we've asked this question to you back in the day. But we're going to ask you again, kind of like, what was it? How's it been being an artist within Houston and within this community in the hip hop and R&B scene? Has it been welcoming? Has it been something that's actually been kind of more the opposite of welcoming? What have been your takeaways from it? And do you feel like this city rides for you? Like,
I feel like when Houston does hear me, I feel like they will ride for me. I see when you prove yourself. So I don't even look at it as because a lot of people will look at it like, they not messing with me. They're not they just not rocking with me. And I'm just kind of like, nah, it's not that. It's just you gotta prove yourself. Just as anything, you just have to prove yourself. And when you prove yourself, just as I've watched any artist that's come out of Houston will ride for you like no other. So I feel like they will ride for me just off of anybody that usually does end up hearing my music. I get two things. why are you not famous yet? And then they ask me, who are you? Why have I not heard your music? That's usually the two things I get. So just, I feel Houston is what you make it. It can either be slow paced for you or it can be fast. It's whatever you make it. And to me, it's just so much open space and opportunity here to me that anything is possible.
Yeah. I 100% think, I don't know how connected you are within the scene. I'm sure you know quite a few of these people, but if you ever get an opportunity, I need to introduce you to Spidey Weber. It's an old buddy of mine named Jarvis. He's an awesome videographer.
Yeah,
so whenever
he's super dope.
Video, he's done some really awesome work, and he's a dope dude. And he's also pretty well connected as well. There's a lot of people within the Houston scene. And
he does
I can
crazy
send you, like,
music videos, bro. Like he does some firework.
I gotta send me his work. I need to see it. Yeah. Make the link. Yeah, I definitely. I want to make some more videos. Definitely.
Yeah, we'll send you a link for sure.
And we got a couple of buddies. Like after the podcast, we can throw out some names for you that you can reach out to. Some just other dope artists that I think would vibe with your vibe.
Yeah,
yeah.
We had a guy on here.
CA the Don.
CA the Don. It was my first interview on Weekly D podcast, and it was CA the Don, and he's just a super dope dude. And he does a lot of bilingual music and stuff like that. But he's like a hip hop artist, and he does so he can rap, but he also is on his singing stuff too. And he's got a cool vibe.
Yeah, really chill dude. Really cool. Cool to kick it with, and he makes some fire music too, man. Like it's so crazy because like a lot of new artists nowadays they sound alike, right? But you guys, even though y'all have a similar sound, y'all separate yourselves. Right? Because, whenever I hear you, I know this is Jahmaiki. Like, the beat makes sense, your voice, the way you change your voice back and forth.
I appreciate
between rapping
that.
and singing. I recognize it, right? And then CA the Don's another dude where he's rapping and singing, but he flips it from English to Spanish, which is dope, right? You get the little bilingual mix. Super cool. And then you have Dende, who's also a really dope R&B artist who also has a similar style, but he has his beats are different. He
reminds me of Daniel Caesar and Frank Ocean had a baby.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that boy's got some soul in him, bro.
If I was gonna say if you put Daniel Caesar and Frank Ocean, you put them together and they had a baby, that's what Dende would be.
Oh, okay. Then
I'll send you some of their music after, so you can kind of listen in, so you can hear what we're talking about.
That definitely sounds like a vibe.
I'm sure y'all would vibe out together. I don't know. I find it so cool that this podcast has allowed us to talk to so many of you guys, especially in Houston, right? We're meeting all these artists, we're learning about new people, and it's just dope seeing all y'all seeing all y'all come up, man. And we got to be this little piece of y'all's come up where we got to talk to you, before y'all made it big, and it's just it's a blessing, I always feel honored to be able to just talk to you guys like that and, get to know y'all before y'all make your big jump and become fucking rock stars, bro.
So, the best thing, y'all are very genuine people. So it'll make people, even when they are up there, make them want to just come back y'all know I started right here. What's up?
Yeah. Well, that's the goal, man. That's the goal, make good friends on the way up,
Yeah.
The goal is making friends, man, and having just a good time on the way up, and just building with one another and helping each other build and grow and prosper at the end result, right? We're all trying to make it. We're all trying to be successful in this life, and you can't do that alone. Everyone says oh, you can, but you need somebody to
You need a team, man. You really need a team.
You need a team, and you need just people just rocking with you.
No.
People to rock with you, just believe in you. You can believe in yourself and you will be successful, right? Everyone says that, everyone's going to tell you that, and it's true to a point. But if people aren't listening to your music, then you're not putting yourself out there.
Going nowhere.
But I think it's just within the creative space, networking and just building together is so important, and I think it's what really helps boost one another. And just and also not to mention being excited and happy for other successes. I think that's what so many young artists don't realize is when they see somebody else come up real fast, right? They get a little jealous, and it happens. It's natural, right?
Definitely.
But it is kind of like, it's like, okay, when's it gonna happen for me? Like, when's it gonna happen for me? And then they get a little bit salty about it, and then they end up burning bridges that they really didn't need to burn in the first place, because little did they know they were riding with you from the start, like, so they still had your back, like, and then you burn that bridge. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's kind of like, I don't know. I think networking and building together as a collective, as a group, is the important piece of the puzzle that people can miss. That family bond.
That friendship, making that friendship, making those connections, and like I said, we love celebrating all you guys coming up.
We love listening to y'all's music. We just talk about I jam y'all's music all the fucking time.
Exactly. I had a whole playlist of like everyone we've interviewed that makes music, and it's just always on play.
All in there. Yeah.
So if outside of Texas, what's another state that you definitely know rides for you? Like, is there a state that you're like, yeah, they fuck with me, like, and whenever I go there, they're still fucking with me?
New Jersey.
Really? New Jersey.
Yo, man, when I did Down Tonight, I was in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yo, I was on top of a building. It was like 18 degrees, cold. I'm wearing this thin shirt. Yo, it was cold. I'm talking, it was so cold, I couldn't feel my hands. It was...
Oh my god!
No, definitely New Jersey though. Definitely New Jersey. They when I performed out there and I said I was from Houston, they were just like, the love from that was amazing. That was amazing. That was when I had a meeting with Rock Nation out there.
Damn.
I met the curator of Hot 97. Nice. We were really that 2019 was the beginning of the end of 2018, the top of 2019. It was a fun time. It was very it was a dope time out there. Like we was really moving. We were really, really moving. But yeah, I would definitely say New Jersey.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's badass. That's a good spot.
In terms of dope artists, and they can be famous or like up and coming, who have been some of your favorite dope artists that you've like kind of met on your throughout your journey that you still like fuck with? And like I said, it could be, people that maybe like even celebrities that we've met and stuff like that, or it can be just up and comers that like you're just like, I vibe with them, I fuck with their music, like, and I would continue to listen to them and support them as time goes.
Yeah. Who I've met, I would say it's a guy named 815, Mason DeForest. There's so much artists I didn't talk to. Those are like my two top ones. I've met more producers though than I have artists. Even producers, Maki, my boy K.I. I'm trying to think. I just started talking to a guy named Rich. He just sent me some beats. Those are really probably I apologize if I'm forgetting people. That was I have to say with them. People I do listen to that I like. I love their music. There's a guy named Life Harris, Eric Bellinger, Tyus. It's a long list I have. Who else can I say? I'm gonna just have to say that for right now. I got a whole nother list. I got a whole playlist actually on Spotify. I have like public, so people can actually tune in to that playlist if they want to hear the artists I'll be rocking with. But for right now, that's what I'll be saying them right now.
We'll definitely link that in our show notes as well, so that way they can kind of take a look at that as well for our listeners.
Yeah. Okay. Che and Rude too. Che. I don't know if y'all heard like Chris Brown and Drake, No Guidance. With the little sample in the beginning. That's actually Che. That's his song that they sampled. He's a dope artist.
Oh damn.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real dope artist. I was listening to him before I was listening to him a while back. Like that exact song they sampled. That song came out a while back. And I was like, yo, I was tripping when I heard. So it made it even that better of a moment for me when I heard that it was that simple.
Hell yeah.
That's sick, actually. Yeah. That's awesome. I know.
Yeah.
I bet you're like, what?
I was like, oh snap, that's Che, bro. I said, what? And there was a guy in my school named Suave, actually. He's doing real good in LA too. He's really dope too.
Okay.
He's doing really, really good. That's like that's like another instance of you know how we were talking about how you were talking about like people getting kind of jealous and things like that. Like I can say I'm happy. I never felt like that. I'm happy. Like around people I know, I have not felt like that. Like I never asked anybody. I haven't asked none of them for anything. I never asked for a feature, nothing. Like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it is what it is. Like, hey, you made it. Cool. I'm happy to see that. Like, keep going. I'm not gonna be the one to be like, hey man, you think you can give me a feature, bro? Just slide me in there real quick. You know, like I'm not finna do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, for sure. It's gotta be organic.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It needs to be natural.
That's what makes good music.
Yeah.
That's what makes good music. Like it's just organic.
It does. That anything you're doing with anybody, this organic is natural. Y'all vibing like that makes it even better.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't really like. I don't do things with people and I have to force the connection and I have to act like I don't like doing that.
For sure.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I totally understand that.
Plus, you're cutting your own path. You're gonna be up there any minute now. Like it's only destiny.
Yeah,
you're gonna get
once
there.
I put the foot on. Once I put my foot on the gas, get consistent back on Instagram.
Yeah.
Cause I deleted my old Instagram. I had like 30-something K. I deleted it. Damn. I went right back down to 200.
Now you're building
so
back
I was
up.
Just like, you know what? I want to build a loyal fan base. I want to build something that is stable. I didn't feel like my other account was stable.
Okay.
Because it was just like I just had a lot of lurkers. Like they weren't really engaging. So I'm just like, nah, you know what? I want to do it right this time and just have that clean slate.
Yeah,
for sure. Totally understand that.
Yeah, that's
totally
dope.
Understand that.
That's dope. That's tough to do too, and like to rebuild a following.
It was hurting my heart.
Yeah, that's tough.
I was like, dang, do I really want to do it? But I mean, if you think about it though, like, okay, yeah, it's a good look, but and then it comes down to like, yo, are they really engaging? Like, they're not engaging. So it's kind of like, what's the point? At the same time, like, it's not. You don't have nothing to fall on. Like, there's nothing to fall back on at all. Versus like I've always said, like, I'd rather have 100 loyal fans than have 100K and only 300 of people are just coming in and out. Yeah. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I'm just saying that it's tough to rebuild that following, but people that fuck with you are gonna fuck with you, so they're gonna find it.
And I did. When I said, "Hey, I'm making a new account," that 200 people that followed me, that's how I knew who was rocking with me.
Yeah.
I said, "All right, cool. I bet everybody else was."
Right, deuces.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, bro. For sure. That's I guess. Are you ready for topic 2? This or that.
All
right, let's do it.
All right. This or that is it's pretty much a new segment we're trying out.
They were testing it out.
It's still in the testing phase, but it's pretty much it's kind of like what we did back in the day with you, where we just rapid fired questions at you, and you just say the first.
Oh yeah, y'all asked me a wild question where I had to think about it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, we're not gonna throw that wild of a question in this time.
I said, "What was your favorite position?" I was like, "Whoa, wait, what? Hold up." I had to think about it.
Yeah, we don't play those gotcha questions no more. Sometimes we do, but we're trying to become, a little more family friendly, just a little bit.
Yeah,
So so this or that is pretty much we're gonna ask you just a bunch of random questions. You rapid fire. It's either one thing or another, and you just answer to the best of your abilities. All right.
Yeah.
First one: Bryson Tiller or Chris Brown?
Oh, why did you do that?
I knew this one was going to hit because I was listening back to the old interview and I was like, we compared you to Bryson Tiller and Chris Brown.
Oh, why did you just do that to me? Oh my God. I never had that question. That's like telling me Chris Brown and Drake. These are my favorite artists. That's hard for me.
I thought about it too, but I was like, nah, Bryson Tiller's going to hit a little different.
It's going to hurt.
Chris Brown. I'm gonna have to take Chris Brown.
Damn,
that's fair.
All right,
that man's got hit after hit.
And that's the exact reason why I have to take Chris Brown, because Bryson Tiller just went ghost out of nowhere.
Yeah, he took a 10-year hiatus.
Yeah, it really had made me mad. So I'm gonna have to take Chris Brown.
All right, Chris Brown. That's a good choice, though. Like you said, he has a catalog.
Hit after hit.
Yeah. All right, next one. You ready? All right.
Yeah.
Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
Oh man. And I love Nicki too. Nicki got mad hits for me too.
Bro, Nicki
does back to
Nicki
back.
Got some bars too, though. But she also released the same album 3 times.
But there was a little moment where I wasn't messing with Nicki though. That was the thing though. It was a little moment where I was not messing with her. I was just like,
Is that her Queen album?
Or for me, she released the same album like 3 times. Just renamed it and swapped the order of the songs.
She kept saying, so I don't even cuss anymore actually. She kept saying, these chicks are my sons, like over and over, and it just started irritating me. And I'm like, oh, you being repetitive now.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm peeping it.
Her first two albums were the same album, just in a different order.
I think as of right now, where I'm at, I think I'm gonna have to take Cardi.
Cardi.
As of right now, where I'm at in life, I'm gonna have to take Cardi.
I totally get that.
Yeah, I get that. Like I like both of them. I'm with you. I like both of them, but Nicki did get a little repetitive.
Yeah, that's really what it is for me. Yeah.
Cardi has yet to really do that. She's definitely paved her own way in terms of creativity, and she's putting herself. She's surrounding herself with a lot of really, really dope artists and talent outside of even just the hip hop space. So it really makes a difference in her music.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Next one: tea or coffee?
Tea.
Tea. All right. I'm with you on that one. I'd rather drink tea than pump my veins with coffee.
I'd rather take B12 before I put caffeine. That shouldn't be up.
All right.
That makes sense, though. I get that. Beef ribs or pork ribs? You got Texas barbecue.
I can't pick one because I don't eat either.
You don't eat either.
Nope.
Damn.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's fine. That's totally okay. Barbecue or Mexican food? If you have to have a choice. I mean, you're from Texas. It's got to be one of those things. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God. And I love both. Why did you do that? That is a very good one on that. Barbecue or Mexican? I think I'm going to take... Oh!
That's tough because you're in Texas, too. You got delicious
because I'm thinking about all the selections.
Yeah, you got options on both sides of the fence. You got smoked sausage, you got ribs, you got
smoked turkey,
brisket, you got especially Texas brisket. You got like legitimately options. Not to mention sides. You're talking collard greens, you're talking mac and cheese, you're talking potato salad, like you're talking like really good stuff. But on the other side, especially with Tex-Mex Mexican food, you got enchiladas, melt in your mouth, creamy stuff, quesadillas. You got
burritos,
like carne asada. You got like pescada. Like this, you got options, bro.
Yo, I don't know if I can answer this question. I don't even know because you just put it up. I'm like, okay, maybe now I like barbecue better. Then he started naming some more stuff. I'm like, oh, dang. I think I'm gonna take. I can't pick either one. I'm sorry. I can't pick either one. Because you might be on another day. You're like, man, I think I want this or I want this. Like, I don't know about that question. I actually do not know.
It's kind of a trick question too, because definitely Mexican food tends to Tex-Mex and barbecue sometimes go hand in hand together too. And you start getting some. Really
and that's what I'm about.
I start mixing.
I don't know about that one. That was a good one.
Fire.
You got me. I'm gonna actually ask people that question. You have me stuck on that question.
Barbecue and Mexican food, man, and I'm talking Tex-Mex, like from Texas. Like that is the best to me. I know Danny's gonna say California Mexican food's his favorite because he's from California. That's fine. I'm gonna let him be wrong there. I think Tex-Mex is legitimately the best.
But I've really had legit, authentic Mexican food. But that's what's making it harder for me.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you got like all kinds of options. Like we got Kentucky has a surprisingly big selection of like California style Mexican food and like Mexican, like from Guanajuato, places like that. So there's other stuff there that's like really like authentic.
Yeah.
I mean, Cali but Cali got good food though. I mean, they barbecue not hitting like Texas, but
ain't no barbecue like Texas barbecue.
I feel like Southern California has good Mexican food. You go to Northern California, you're gonna get stringy cheese enchiladas. It's gonna be weak sauce.
Yeah. We don't count the northern part. They're just there. It's all.
He said we don't count the northern part.
Yeah, no, anything outside like past LA going into like Silicon Valley, things like that.
I mean, going to LA, I had Korean barbecue. That was good.
Ooh, yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah.
I ain't even going. I'm not even gonna lie. That was really good. Yeah, I'll give them that.
Shout out to the Koreans.
Bulgogi. That shit's good.
Okay, last one. Summer or fall?
I wish you said winter, but I'm gonna say fall.
Okay, so you prefer fall.
Right now, this heat is ridiculous.
Is winter your favorite though? Like, if you were to pick between those, like, so no. Okay,
that's the best time you're gonna. That's the best time you gonna get R&B. That's the best to me. That's just the best time. Music just come. It's just cold. It's chill. That's just the vibe for me. I'm like, this. That's just my vibe. I'm just, I'm a character, but I'm chill though.
Yeah,
you need to move up north for a little bit, man. Come and experience the
true cold.
Yeah,
I think the Texas freeze was enough. I think that was enough.
Bro, that shit was cold, man. I was at my fiance's house, and they lost power during the Texas freeze. I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and I could see my breath inside the house. And I was like, "Fuck this!"
I'm telling you,
I was very.
It was
lucky.
Crazy.
I was here in Kentucky. So, like, my family's back there. Cameron and them they went out for, like, a little bit. Cameron's actually went out for, like, a couple of days at his new house. And then, like, my in-laws were out for, like, 5 days in the snow. And, like, it was out in Del Rio in like, next to Mexico. And, like, they were actually literally bringing hot food from Mexico over the border so that way they could eat because they didn't have water to bathe. Things like that. It was rough, man. People didn't realize how bad that freeze was for people.
No, it was bad.
And a lot of people's pipes were busting.
Mm-hmm.
Expensive.
They busted at my parents' house, and at my parents' house, we were melting snow just to like have clean water because all our pipes busted. It was rough.
Not to mention, like, legitimately, like, there's also the problem of, like, how do you put it, like. It's just multiple things. Like, there were people that were trying to warm themselves up in garages, which was, with their cars and things like that, which they don't realize, like carbon monoxide poisoning. There were people that were dying. Like, they just didn't understand it. And, like, Northerners don't realize it sometimes because they make fun of it, right? But they don't realize how,
we in Texas,
detrimental it was.
We don't
Texas
understand cold.
So much hate. Like,
bro, we don't know
like,
cold.
Y'all not realizing we not built for that. We not used to that type of weather. Like, we're not from that.
Exactly. Our summer is like 8 months out the year.
Yeah, like, when does that happen? Tornadoes don't come through Houston like that.
No.
Like, it's in certain things, it just don't happen here.
Exactly. Bro, that freeze was wild, though, because I also remember I was driving from my parents' house to my fiance's house one of the nights that it started freezing, and we could literally see the road start to freeze as we're driving. Yeah. Which was wild. Like, we were going up a bridge.
My girlfriend's house and that happened.
Yeah.
And the road was freezing. Ice was already formed. That was crazy.
Like, you can watch it happening. It was wild. It was something to see for sure. Especially since we never get that cold here. It was crazy. Yeah.
They're trying, but they're trying to fix that problem right now. Actually, because of when they passed the Texas Renewable Act, they're actually trying to fix that problem right now.
Yeah.
Actually,
bro,
so
talking about that, here in Needville, they're building a solar farm. It's gonna be
I'm I'm in the job. I am actually one of the people who are fixing the solution for that. I'm one of these people.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, in Needville, so I work on construction equipment for a living, and they have a bunch of stuff down here in Needville where they're building the solar panels at the solar farm. Yeah, and it's like 100 acres worth of solar panels. It's fucking wild. It's a farm.
They're trying. What they're doing they want to localize the power.
Yeah,
that's their main thing. They want to localize the power. That way, something like that does happen again, it won't have so much strain on the grid.
On the old
grid. Take that off.
Yeah,
and you'll be able to have power. So, but even by 2025, every new home that is coming is just automatically gonna have solar panel in Texas.
Yep. Well, shit, we got solar panels in my parents' house. That was the first thing we did. After the freeze, we called my buddy and we're like, hey, we need solar panels. He came up here, gave us a quote, and we got it all installed.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty cool to be able to be like, oh yeah, my power is free.
It takes off them delivery fees.
Yeah. Dude, it's a huge savings.
But you'd be surprised a lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of people don't want to understand it.
Yeah. Well, the way we saw it, was power rises, like the cost of power goes up every year. With solar panels, we lock in our rate for the next 20 years.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it works out perfectly.
Yeah. No, I'm literally having to... I have to legit go to door, and I have to explain to people like, yo, like this is what's going on. Like, and I get like people are like, oh, you trying to sell me something? But I'm like, no, I'm actually not trying to sell you something. This is actually not to me. This is actually because this is actually a federal funded program. Like this is actually from them. This has nothing to do with me. Yeah. I'm not the salesman here. Even though I get it. Okay, you're knocking door to door, you trying to sell something. Like I get it, but I'm not that person. Like this is actually legitimately a problem. Like this is actually going on. They're actually doing this. There is a solar farm. You are being charged delivery fee. You are basically paying for that farm. So it's kind of like, okay, if I'm paying for it, I might as well just pay for it up here.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
But makes people sense. Don't. A lot of people don't. They don't. As I've been talking to people, they just like.
We don't want to hear it.
Nah, but actually, no. Over here in Cyprus, people will talk to you about it. They actually have been talking to you about it. Like I've got 4 people already. They've already like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do it. we go because they understand. I've had other people. They're like, nah, get out my door. I
get that.
My door.
I get that.
Well, that's wild, man.
Go somewhere else with that.
Yeah.
Okay, like when your power go out again, though.
Right? No, it's wild, but I mean, I'm seeing more and more solar panels pop up every day, so I think we're on the right path. I hope we're on the right path.
Oh yeah. Shall we do it, man? Topic number 3.
Yeah, let's get into it. We're actually gonna play Dead Roses right here, an exclusive that Jahmaiki sent us. Dope ass song.
Y'all got the intro.
Yes, sir. Let's.
You already know what I'm on. Dead Roses with the weight of old shit, Yeah. I mean, I just want to focus on the true shit, you know what I mean? They don't want me doing shit like this, though. Yeah. Why do I take pressure from other people when they been the same ones acting like we never equal? Trust me, I know my worth is expensive keeping. When it's blinded by the one, it's expensive to keep the secret. 2020's my year that I manifest my visuals. Got it through the journey, my life was gifted with miracles. Power came with frustration, my life was tested with principles. Better yet, who could save me? They snake me here on the physical. One soul on a mission, barely tripping. Too worthy of oppositions, don't play me on my position, damn. Is you real enough to tell me what's submissive? I'm so spiritually inclined to be trusting my intuition. Take me or never listen, your ego too big to feel it. No wonder why you stuck up on a nigga for some love. I mean, baby girl, it's tough, what was you expecting? Situations rising, then you hide it and neglected. You never really accepted the truth that was in your presence. You moving on with your life like a movie with no perspective. I just wanted all my money in my hands and count my blessings. Calculated moves got me moving through perceptions. How could I contain it when I'm learning all my lessons? I done killed out many things, that's including my depression. Social with your exes, 50 shades of tempted. Could've took a different path and fucked your bitch and put the work in. That's the mindset of basic niggas in your life. All the fun and games until you have to pay the price. In your hands, tears falling from your head. When you did this to yourself, you wasn't thinking far ahead. Now you searching for a man's, realizing the loss of self. Picking up the pieces that remind you of yourself. Stuck in all ways, always keeping to yourself. Attaching to some people who played you and never helped. No wonder why that shit had fell. Ships sink, they never sail. The journey to the better life is distant, but it's felt. I let love and heartbreaks break my confidence. I swear to God I'm coming back stronger as a conscious man. Yeah. Dead Roses. That's just real shit. Yeah. Jahmaiki.
let's go ahead and play that right now. That was a world exclusive Jahmaiki Dead Roses intro.
Yes.
I fuck with that so hard, bro. I think it's so fucking good.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm super excited.
You know what's funny with that song? I wrote that song. Don't do this at home, anybody. Don't do this. I was driving to work, and I wrote that song. Literally.
Oh my God. But also,
word for word, I'm driving, and I'm just like, the lyrics were just coming to me. I'm like, yo, I don't know if God is sending me something in my mind right now, but I'm just here typing. And I'm like, yo, I don't know why it's just coming to me.
It comes to you at weird times, huh?
It does. Stuff always comes to me when I'm at work. I don't know why. My best lyrics come to me when they're at work. I have no idea why.
I'm the same way. I'll be at work and I'll be doing my task, and then all of a sudden something will pop into my head. I'm like, okay, I gotta try this on the podcast.
You gotta write it down.
I go write it down real quick, or I record it on my phone so I don't forget.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I write stuff down on my notes all the time. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, what if I do this? This would be cool. What about this idea?
Exactly.
No, I'm also really bad about calling Danny in the middle of the day when he's definitely working, and I'm also working. I'm just like, hey, Danny, I have this idea. Like,
he really does, dude. I'll be like I said, I work as a mechanic, so I'll have my hands dirty, like just be in it, and then he'll call me, and I'm like, fuck it, let me go answer this real quick. And then I'm trying to hear him with all this machinery just going off behind me.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm getting every single time I do it. I'm just like, Danny, I gotta tell you about this thing that I need to do like right now. Like,
I can't text you. It needs to do it right now.
Right now, exactly. I have like, what do you think of this idea? You want to green light it? You good? He's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, yes, okay. And so go ahead and just make it. I'm just like, okay, yeah. But usually how it goes. And then it's like, wait, what are we doing? Like about 10 days later.
Well, it's because like half the time I can't hear him, right? I got machinery and shit going off behind me, so I'm just like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
The next thing
usually
I know,
fire, though.
I'll remember
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So when you get your most fire, though. So okay, so let's talk the music more. Let's go ahead and do that. Yep. So at the beginning of the year, you dropped your new album with 8 songs titled "Dark Nights of the Soul." What inspired some of these songs in your album, especially some of your favorites?
Well, let me pull up the track list right now. Actually, that way I can explain this a lot better.
For sure.
Well, what inspired a lot of these songs really was just like I said, a lot of these songs are old, and some of them aren't old. Some of them, like I said, are throwaways from Dead Roses. They just didn't make the album at the moment, but I didn't want them to sit either. Mm-hmm. The title "Dark Night of the Soul" is actually a spiritual term. It actually means when you're basically when you're back in a certain point, you're basically facing your shadow side. You're facing your demons in your closet. Basically, you're going through the worst time of your life, basically, and eventually you're going to bloom out of that, and you're going to be more awakened. You're going to be a better version of yourself than what you were. So that's really what "Dark Night of the Soul" is. So this demo, I put it together because I feel like it captured those moments in my life when I was feeling like that. So I definitely was like, okay, I wanna put this together. So even like Luminary intro, like that was something we played from a while back. That's definitely old. I never actually dropped the tape that was supposed to be on, but some of these records were either in my vault or they were just sitting there. I feel like they deserved more shine. Mm-hmm. Like One Time, for example, that song was made in 2018. One Time was actually like a favorite of mine. Like I remember when I made that song, it was actually someone I used to date pissed me off in that moment. And I was like outside and I'm like, got off the phone, went in the studio, like, yo, you good? I was like, yo, turn the mic on. Turn the mic on. I started talking. But no, overall, the tape is just, like I said, capturing those moments. That's a lot of stories, bro. It's stories behind everything. Like all these records, they're just all time markers in my life, and that's really why I just wanted to put it together. That's really the inspiration behind all of these records. To be honest, Vitality. That's the moment I lost my team. Soul Attraction. That's me and my girl, actually. Bryson Tiller flows. That was just me poking because everybody's like, "Oh, you sound like Bryson." So, you know, I'm gonna just run with it for a little bit. Just wanted to poke at it a little bit. You know, it's a story behind all these records. I can go on and on about them
I think it's
forever.
super cool.
Yeah. Penthouse Blues, though, I produced that record.
Oh, did you?
I produced that record. I have produced.
Nice.
So. Yeah, it's just a time marker for me. That's really what it is.
I'm happy with that.
Is there a specific song on there that you would say this is my favorite song off that EP?
My favorite song off of that EP probably is. I've played all these records. I think Vitality is actually my favorite song. Actually, off of this tape, because I feel like that's more now. For me, that's more of a now. Like that's really more how I rap now versus all the other records. Like that's more of the bag I'm in now. Like even Sincerity, that's just more of the bag I'm in now, and just being on that and just really, really writing and really taking the time and really putting in the work on the lyricism like that. That's why I feel like I appreciate that record a lot more. Yeah. Even just like, all right, cool, I'm gonna come back in with the hook with the singing, like just giving best of both worlds. Like, so that's probably my favorite record on the whole tape.
Okay, dope. That like I said earlier was my favorite record. Out that whole tape. Because when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, like he's flipping back and forth, singing and rapping. And when you sing and rap, like you change your voice. It almost sounds like someone completely different when you're rapping compared to when you're singing, which is dope as fuck. And then I like that you did a little switch up about like probably halfway through the song. There was like a quick pause and then switch of the beat. It kind of slowed a little bit. I really liked how you did that. Like that song was dope as fuck, and it shows like you can tell that's your newer stuff compared to what was it?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's dope. I like I said, I'm really excited. If that's Throwaway from your new album, I'm really excited to see what
I've played some snippets for like I played a couple records like for people and they're like, yo, why haven't you dropped this yet? Like, why are you? And I'm like, I just don't feel like it's done. And they're like, nah. I don't feel like it. I guess it's just me being hard on myself because, like I said, just setting that standard for myself and just really, I'm just like, nah. I had purposely not dropped because I'm just like, I just don't like what I've either I didn't made what I made or I'm just like, nah, that ain't it. Like that's just not. I can go harder. And it's just like, but then at the same time, it's like, well, you know, it may be old to me, but then it's new for people at the same time. I gotta keep remembering, remind myself, like, I'm not at the point where I can actually sit back and wait. Like, I need to be consistent, right? I need to drop records, but I want to put out quality music. It's more quality for me than it is quantity. I wish I could just do both.
No, we appreciate the quality, though. Like, as fans, as listeners, we definitely appreciate the quality.
Yeah. Like, I want to make records that will last. I don't want it to die out in a month, like a week.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, dude, your songs will be timeless. Like that.
No, I appreciate it. Like, I do strive for that very heavy. So I appreciate it, you know?
Yeah. No, I like I said, I love the way you're flipping back and forth, singing and rapping and just messing with the beats and doing different things here and there. And like, you can tell it's all quality. It's not you just trying to crank things out like a machine. You're taking your time with it, making good quality music, and it shows.
Yeah.
And like I said, as a listener, I really appreciate what you're doing with it. It's dope.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So YouTube. How's that world been treating you so far? And do you find it adds a useful avenue that allows you to connect with your fans? Or have you kind of made new fans on through there?
YouTube is a tricky world. We are in a weird time right now where people are very sensitive.
Yeah.
And I feel sometimes like on my channel, because I have a channel with my girl, and on my channel, because it's just music based and I keep it like that, I'm like, cool, whatever. But when I go on that channel, it's like sometimes I feel like I have to watch what I say, and I have to be specific, and I have to be a certain way. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not with all of this. I'm not with all of that. Like, I just want to be me. Like, for the people who and it's funny because we'll get hate. Like, we legit will get hate. Like, we reacted to Lil Nas X, and you know, I think, okay, we all are straight here, so I think we all can understand this is not to offend anybody. I'm not saying anything offensive, but as a straight man, we like women.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily are going to go and look out for a man to be shaking their butt in our face. Like, we're not about to go looking for that.
Especially when he's completely naked in a prison cell.
Man. So because I made a face, they're like, "Oh, you're homophobic." I said, "What?"
Oh, no.
I'm like, I don't. You do what you do. I don't care. I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. Everybody has their preference. Everybody has their opinion. YouTube is just so tricky. I love being on it, and at the same time, I'm like, man, y'all are funny.
That's what Twitter is too, bro.
There's so much hate, though.
Twitter's the same way. Twitter is the same as everyone.
There's so much negativity out in the world. Like, you can be
Twitter just be trolling all day.
All day. Well, I mean, you can be doing everything right, saying everything right, and they'll still find something to get on you for.
And that exactly. It don't matter what you say or how you do it. There's still, even if you become clear as day, they still gonna try to twist your words.
100%.
No matter how you do or how you do it. That's why I'm just like, honestly, at the end of the day, just be you. Yeah. Just do you, be you. So I just have fun on there, to be honest, like just reacting to videos and things like that. But it's fun.
Yeah, because you do multiple channels, right? You do one with your girl. You have your music vlog.
Yeah.
And then, do you have another one? Is it 3 or?
No, I just got them 2 channels.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I follow them.
I got more plans for YouTube in the future, but right now I want to build those foundations, and then I'll be able to do those other things.
You're going to have to react to your old videos. I think that's going to have to happen on your channel. I think Light It Up and Platinum Girl need to both go on that channel. And do a
on which channel? On which one?
The one with your girl.
We thought about that.
I think that would be really funny, doing a compilation of like a few of your old songs, like mixed in with
that would actually be funny. Yeah, I think I would want to do that when we're like, because we're growing. Yeah. Our goal really was just to get 100 subscribers this year. That was our goal. Mm-hmm. We're on 248. It just jumped, and we were like, "Oh snap!"
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we passed the goal. Cool.
Growth, my friend. Growth. Yeah.
Oh, we on TikTok too.
Mm-hmm.
That too. Honestly, personally, I don't really care for TikTok. I'm not the social media man. I honestly don't even really care to be on social media. But like I say to anybody that know me, like if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, you would never see me on social media ever.
Yeah,
I get that.
I'm kind of the same way. Like, the only reason I really run social media is because of the podcast. Like, I want to be connected with people. I want to be talking to people. Make new connections. But do you feel like social media, and especially YouTube, it gives you like that? It gives your followers a little bit more into your life, or like more insight into what you're doing.
Yeah, no, it does. It definitely does. I feel like you can, even with Instagram and things like that. Like, I think it's cool that you're able to talk to people and just connect, and you're able to, just have conversations with them, whether it's in the DM or they comment something, you just answer. I think it's to me that's a good thing of social media. To me, you can connect with people.
Yeah,
you can make those connections.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, another question. How did the collab come through with Sam Black?
That's another one of my favorite.
That's a dope song.
I was able to show my Caribbean side finally.
Mm-hmm.
That collab came because he was actually at my video shoot down the night. He was actually there. We met, we linked up, been cool ever since. We didn't talk for a little bit for some time. and he hit me up out of nowhere like, "Yo, got this record. It's a world record. I feel like you'll kill it. Da 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 da. If you're not cool with it, cool." He's like, "But I want you to hear it." He sent that to me, and I'm like, "Oh no, I could hear this everywhere." I'm like, I hear this everywhere. And I'm like, nah, I gotta do this record. And at first, I doubted myself, actually. I did it, and I got stuck. I was like, I don't know if
you fit the
I don't know
vibe.
if I can do it. So I said, let me step back. I took 10 minutes away from I came back, and then I finished it. I was like, okay, I'm done. He's like, what? I said, I'm done. I finished the record in 30 minutes or maybe less, but that's really how that even came together. And then, but no, that song is old. That song is actually an old song. I think we made that top of 2020.
Oh, dang. Okay.
That song is old, and I've been bugging him about that record for the longest time. I was literally I'm like, yo, if you're not gonna do nothing, let me put it on my album. Something. Like, I was trying so hard to release. Nah, it's not the right time. It's not the right time. Not yet. And then he ended up getting I think his name is Brian. I don't know the guy's name, but the Spanish guy on there too. Put that in there. Sam Black
Brian
literally went back in and redid his whole verse.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Damn.
he went back and redid his whole verse. It hook stayed the same. He redid his verse maybe like 3-4 times till he finally got it. And and I thought it was dope from what he was doing, but then I understood why he did what he did, and then he threw in a little Spanish thing in there too. And I thought that was pretty dope too, how it just came in. But yeah, that record to me was like a very put together, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he really put the right people on that record. Like he really just, I was like, yeah, you did what you needed to do on that.
It's a dope record, dude. So I was talking to my fiance, and she's like, "Oh, who's this guy you're interviewing?" So that was the first song I played, and she's like, "Whoa, that was fire!" And then I played Revision for her. I played Vitality and what is it? Sincerity? No, Serenity.
Yeah, Serenity. Yeah,
and she started jamming after that. She's like, "Dude, this guy's dope as fuck." And I was like, "Yeah, like it's crazy to see how he's evolved in his music, and it's like I said, it's just dope. It's dope to see your growth. It's dope to have you on here again. Like it's cool. I love music. I love talking to people in the music industry. I love learning like what it takes to make these little, to make a song, or what was the backstory to it. So it's dope to see where you're at, and I mean, you can only go up from here, man. You're making quality music.
That's the way to go, is to go up, take what you learn, keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, it's super dope, man. I love what you're doing. Like I said, that Sam Black collaboration was perfect. It was well put together.
That one was that's one of my favorite ones. That one and the A15 record that I did. That was that's my favorite R&B record right now. That feature I did. Yeah, that's my favorite thing right now.
Okay, bet. Yeah, that's like I said. You're making great music. You haven't made a bad song that I've heard yet.
That's because I ain't put it out. It's because I don't put it out. That's all it is. To get to a hit, you got to create some trash.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you're too hard on yourself though? Like when you're making music?
Yes. And yeah, that's me. I won't say overthinking it, because I don't really overthink it now like I used to. It's just me being
picky.
Yeah, picky. And I think the hard thing for me right now is because I used to do anything and anything, but now it's like, not that I don't, like I'm still diverse, but if it doesn't move me, I don't do it.
Okay.
I just don't do it because it's not moving me. Yeah. And if it's not moving me, I know I'm not going to try it. So I'm just being honest with myself. So that becomes hard because it slows down the process. And it's like, then I start feeling like, dang, am I not working hard enough? Am I not making enough music? It puts me in a weird place. But then it's like, it's not to be cocky. It's just like somebody could put out 5 records and then I'll make one record that will kill those 5 records off just because of the quality and because of how heavy I went into that. You needed 5 records for me to make that one record. It's like, I guess I just be taking my time to really find like whatever it is.
Yeah.
I guess that's really just, I don't know. I guess that's just where I'm at now.
Yeah. Well, you're a perfectionist. That's what it is.
And the thing, I don't look for that.
Yeah.
I don't even think about perfection. I don't even think about, I'm not in that mind frame anymore. I don't think about any of it. I just go in, do my thing, and that's it. To be honest, it's nothing really more. I don't really think about anything after that. I don't really, it's crazy how the process changes as you age. Like it's just funny how just watching it.
You become more focused, right? Like more eye on the prize,
Yeah, like now it's more like I know what I want. It's just really all it. I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. And if it's just not it in that moment, it's just like I'm just gonna keep looking till I find it.
Yeah,
and that's it.
For sure.
Yeah, that's actually pretty powerful. Like you know what you want. You're gonna make it what you want.
But it makes it hard for other people though, because even now, as I have been producing for like this whole majority of the time by myself, it's like it's so bad now. Like producers will send me stuff, and then like I literally will take all of their drums off, keep the melody, and make it to my taste. Because it's like my hand has to be in it somehow. Like it is hard. It's rare when I just find a beat and I don't touch it at all. Like the features I get, I don't touch it. Because I'm like, okay, I love how it is. Cool. Everybody else that be sending, most times they send me something, I'm like, nah, I don't like the way that drum sound. I guess it's to like that. Like, it's to the point I'm like, I don't like how that drum sounds.
Yeah.
I need the kick to hit harder. I just know what I'm looking for. And if it's not that, it's just like, all right. I'm still nice about it because some people will snake you and just like, I'm just going to take his melody and I'm going to just keep walking up. I don't know if y'all know like J. Cole's song and Bryson Tiller's song, how it sounds almost exactly similar. It was like a whole beef going on with that. Like, it's kind of like that. People will just take your stuff and then they won't give you no type of credit at all. But me, I'm like, no, if I know I took your melody, or if you send it to me, like, I'm going to still give you credit. Like, I feel like you should still have credit, like, somehow, some way. I don't know.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. You're an honest person, genuine person, and you give credit where credit's due. Yeah. And I'm sure you've gone through that too, where someone rips something off that you did, and it feels like shit when they do it. Yeah,
I haven't heard it yet. I have not heard somebody rip me yet.
No, that's
I would love to actually hear it though.
Yeah.
I like genuinely. I would love to hear it. I'd be like, okay, that's bad. No, you know what? I've had one fan take Bryson Tiller flows. He just took a lyric from me though, but that was about it.
Okay.
That can be an homage too. It's one of the things that could. What's it called? It's like, oh, shout out. Or it could just be like,
he said my name in the lyric too.
I need a lyric to fill the bar. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, this is a cool lyric.
No, but he gave you some credit then if he said your name.
It's kind of crazy that. Yeah, but it's kind of crazy though because it's kind of crazy when you do that. It's become from that lyric inspired me, and people will turn it into you're stealing, you're just robbing them. When it's like I was inspired by it. Like. It wasn't no ill intent. It's like everything has to be ill in it. And it's like, it's not even, it's no malicious intent.
It's like the whole Juice WRLD issue that he had to deal with when he was dealing with the band, The Police from Lucid Dreams.
Yeah.
Similar issue. Like it was an inspirational thing. Like he was like, I love these artists and that's why I like am sampling their beat. And unfortunately it led to a massive lawsuit. Yeah. It's cutthroat.
And that's it. That's crazy though. That's crazy that you can't just, if you sampling the song, it's because you had a connection to the song. You like the song in some shape or form, and it sounded good to you. That's love. Like it's not somebody trying to rip you. I don't look at it somebody trying to, unless they really took your melody and they're trying to just run with it and not give you any type of credit at all. Then yeah, they're definitely just trying to rip you. That's a different situation.
All I'm saying is Kodak Black's original song, like a rip, was 100% one of the reasons Cardi B blew up based on that Kodak Black song.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Bodak
that.
Yellow.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Which was still an homage to Kodak, but it was just Bodak Yellow, and it was like on that beat.
Yeah.
He's his bloody shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, I really forgot about that.
And no, it's funny how nobody, because I guess like he was still technically an independent. I don't know if he was signed by anybody at the time when he was doing that. So
Kodak was still building up more. He was still building up.
Yeah.
And I think when they talked about it, like Cardi didn't ask permission initially, but I think Kodak had mentioned in an interview that he was okay with it. He was kind of like, I don't really care. Like it sounded dope. It was like that's why I like thought I liked it. So
that's how it is. It's art. It's art.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
It is literally art. But I mean, like I said, we are in a different time now.
Yeah.
Everybody takes things. I mean, just anyway, anybody takes anything differently. Like not everybody's gonna have the same mindset as you, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed, 100%.
Yep.
So we got a couple listener questions, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we did?
We do. We do have a few listener questions. So the first one's by a co-host of Accidental Chaos, Big Daddy Bleezy on Instagram. He wanted to ask you, how big is it? The urge to create music. That is.
He
tried to get me. It didn't work.
You're gonna be like, let me see.
What are we talking about? The urge to create music. I can be honest, not as a big urge as I used to have, to be honest, but it's an urge to just to make something and just to just finally like return. That's really what my urge is. Just I want to return, but I want to do it correctly this time.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense, and I think that's good. I think it's a good drive for it, and wanting you to kind of get yourself back out there. Okay, yeah. That's a great question. Next one is, he put it under Accidental Chaos, but he's another co-host of Accidental Chaos. His name was Mr. Bacon Genie. He thought, what do you think about both the rock scene and the R&B scene locally? And which one do you think right now is more diverse?
I think both are diverse because I feel like, some R&B even incorporates rock. Just I feel like some rock songs do the same thing. So honestly, I think they're both diverse, to be honest. But even right now, R&B, I feel like R&B isn't getting enough shine as it used to. That I feel. But diversity, I definitely feel like both are very diverse. So yeah, that's what I would say to that.
Okay. I actually agree with you on that. I think especially I don't know about the local scene as much, but I mean, you've probably seen it with the movement when it comes to hip hop in general and the actual appreciation for punk music and the appreciation for that heavy rap and metal music that's been coming out. Like you have people like Magutsu, Suicide Boys, all kinds of people like that are coming out of the scene that are just XXXTentacion, like when he was doing this thing, using really technical thrash from old.
That was the way X was doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. X was doing stuff that was experimental from the early 80s in terms of the punk scene, which is super cool to kind of listen to that.
They're doing mosh pits and things like that too. Yeah. So yeah,
it was just one of those things. I am seeing R&B kind of it's becoming almost a thing that is more taken as an art now. You're seeing people like Leon Bridges in the scene, right? And you're seeing those artists kind of bring back almost the old Sam Cooke style of R&B.
Yeah,
we're kind of just hearing that old school vibe with just really nice just synth pop in the background with with something that's really even low, like a saxophone or a nice piano in the background. You're just kind of hearing just the vibes of a solid R&B, solid R&B single.
Yeah, the instrumentation in it.
Oh yeah, beautiful stuff.
It's important. I appreciate Bruno Mars doing what he did.
For sure. Oh, dude, he Silk Sonic is very interesting. Like that whole thing with him doing Anderson .Paak right now is such a cool project in my opinion. It's so different from like anything that's out right now, even though it is like an homage to like old school. Like I would say, it even goes further back. It's like disco. Almost.
Leave the Door Open is like a very vintage, like just that's before my time.
For sure. It's a vibe. Like it's an old school vibe.
That is a vibe. That's amazing to see somebody take that far back and bring it in
modernize
now, make it feel new, and now just here you go.
And then
that shows you it's not about who did it first. It's about who's just doing it right. It's not really. Yeah. You can always bring something back.
That's why
it just takes that one person to do it right.
For sure. That's why you're seeing the success with The Weeknd as well.
Yeah, bringing back the 80s beats and all that.
He's using 80s synth and a lot of that stuff. Got the like Michael Jackson vibes, kind of just you can tell he's got a lot of love for like Michael Jackson just in the way that he
does
produces.
There's some songs he sounds like it.
Yeah. It's very impressive, and but it's still him. You could still tell it's The Weeknd and it's its own thing, and it's just like that's why he's just in his own lane. He's just doing some good things.
I mean, no, interesting. The Weeknd is very dope. I still want the old Weeknd back, but no, the new Weeknd is cool. He killing it.
Yeah, I get that too. I do like the old Weeknd too, but I love the synthy stuff. I'm a big fan of like 80s synth anyway, so it's right up my alley. But I do like the old Weeknd stuff too. Yeah. Back when he was doing that love making music, like
my baby.
He don't do it no more. He on the know. I get it though. As an artist, I get it. You know, you don't want to keep doing the same thing, and you just want to evolve. So I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe it's just a phase, where he's having fun with it.
Yeah, and he'll jump back into something a little bit new. Like it'll be fresh to him again. He could bring something back to the table, or maybe something even more different than what he's doing now that everyone likes, both the old fans and new fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on,
now, I will ask, how do you feel like you've changed since the first interview back in 2018? Like, where are some places that you've definitely changed in terms of mindset?
I would say, I feel like everything has changed about me, to be honest. Like, whether it's for good or bad, I feel like everything has changed about me, to be honest. I feel like my drive has changed, my motivation has changed, my motives of things that was actually another hard thing for me in 2020 was a lot of things that used to inspire me or motivate me or drive me, it doesn't anymore. And that was a hard thing of trying to find, okay, what's new that does? What does now? What makes me want to create now? So it's kind of like, I feel like that needed to happen so you can just move on to something new. Because if that didn't happen, I don't think I could be making what I'm making right now. I don't think I could be able to do that if that didn't happen. So yeah, I feel like that definitely changed me in my patience on a lot of things. I've become a lot more patient and just before I react, I'll wait a little bit just to, because sometimes we might react too quick and we could be wrong. So I'll kind of just, I'll listen and just watch. And then if I have enough information, then I might say something. But, just watching more too, listening more as well too. A lot of shit. I feel like I've grown. Mm-hmm. I'm not the same 21-year-old I was,
Yeah.
So like my mindset is just maturing more.
Yeah. For sure. No, that's awesome. Well, that's good. It's good to grow, good to mature. And it shows. Yeah. It shows in what you're doing. It shows in your music. Your music has matured with you. Your projects are coming out. The lyrics are more fluid. It's all part of growth, and I'm excited to see what your growth produces as a musician and as a person. I mean, you're a dope ass person. Since we've met you, you've been very genuine. So I mean, it's awesome. Awesome to see. Yeah. See it come.
No, I appreciate that.
I got a question. We were talking about NFTs and shit earlier, and I know you're an artist. I know you draw, or you used to draw. So when is the Jahmaiki NFT gonna drop?
Great question, actually.
Come on, man.
When I learn how to make it, definitely drop it.
We need the Jahmaiki NFT.
I will. Wait, let me know when you get some free time this week. I'll show you how to mint one on OpenSea, so you can get it out there.
Kyle actually has that.
I actually have a couple that I've done on my that I actually have minted. I have a L Sheeb's house, which is my like personal Twitter that I utilize for cryptocurrency and stuff. So that's out there. So if you need help, I got you.
Yeah, no, I want to get more into the NFTs because I know that I already see how this is going. Like the dollar bill not finna be here much longer.
No. Agreed, man. Agreed. I don't think it's. I think it'll always have its place, but at the same time, like people won't utilize it like they do worldwide, like they would. You can go from the United States to Mexico to Singapore and utilize Dogecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum,
exactly,
and like actually use it for real.
Yeah.
But China and Australia is cashless. They're not even using coins. It's digital currency.
Which is wild because that's the reason that they started putting a lot of like taxes and other things on platforms and started making things because they wanted to make their own currency because they want to keep control, and that's the goal. But with decentralization, the goal is nobody controls it. It's not controlled by a giant government. It's controlled by the people, and that's the goal, right? Like we want decentralization.
The government talked about it. Yeah, the government talked, but the government recently talked about crypto. Yeah. They're trying to figure out how they can.
Yeah, it's a split decision because you have people like Elizabeth Warren right now who are very much against crypto. They think crypto is a gateway to crime and laundering money, even though the mafia and the cartel have been laundering money via cash.
What's the difference?
And fiat. What's the difference? Well, the difference even is you could track it easier via cryptocurrency because it's tied to the blockchain, and you could track it by their wallets.
I'm saying the crime. Like, what would be the difference? Crime is going to happen anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, hackers are going to thrive. Hackers are going to thrive.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And they have been. They've been making a ton of money.
They are going to be, they're going to be real happy with this technological world.
But it's like they've been doing it even way before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've been doing this whole thing even before cryptocurrency even was like at the thought.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, I mean, there's not like what the richest people's bank accounts reflect. There's not enough actual dollar bills to actually make up that number. So for the longest time, I mean, our currency has been digital. It's a piece of plastic and a debit card. Like there's not enough cash to make up the wealth that the United States has.
But that's how the value of it is going to go down because they had to print so much during 2020.
Mm-hmm.
The more you print, the more the value goes down.
Yep. The more you
They've never had to print this much money.
Exactly.
Ever. Exactly. And really, if people know history, really the dollar bill was really created to substitute for gold bricks.
Yes, it is. That's true.
Actually. So
that's true.
And there's not enough gold bricks to go around.
It was a federal note for gold, and then eventually it became its own thing. Like, it's kind of like the equivalent to an IOU at one time. It's like, this is a note signifying this is worth that much gold. Like,
exactly.
And then,
I'm glad you say the IOU.
Yeah, and then before you know it, because it was like the original version of credit, right? Like you're like, I'll give you this note, and this note is good. Or I guess maybe in like a coupon or something like that equivalent to like this note is good for 2 gold bricks. So when you go and you could turn it in, you get 2 gold bricks back.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. And that's how money like became a thing, and USD and fiat became a thing. And I think decentralization is going to be really interesting when you see like I said when it came to like the criminal aspect of it too. It's easier to track crimes on the blockchain, believe it or not.
Everyone has
the
IP
FBI. It's not like the old days of Bitcoin, where you're buying weed on the Silk Road and people don't really give a shit. Mm-hmm. Like if millions of dollars are being stolen on the blockchain, it doesn't take much to find that wallet. And when you can find that wallet, the FBI can tap in and figure out who that wallet belongs to.
I mean, you think
they can track IPs.
Everyone has an IP address. So
yeah.
It'll be
once you know, hackers gonna figure a way around that.
Yeah, even with the VPN, you can crack a VPN. Like if you if you have somebody who's a good enough hacker, like they'll easily find your wallet, and then they basically push you to give back the money or go to jail. So kind of one of those situations, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think NFTs are fascinating.
Yeah.
Y'all haven't seen the robots that are coming out?
Oh, we're going to talk about that. That's actually a question. That's actually something we're going to talk about in a little bit. I want to hear your opinion on it.
All right, you ready?
Shall we go into it? Actually,
let's go into
keep it or eat it.
Let's go into keep it or eat it. Kyle, you want to do us a favor of reading it?
Yeah. Do we have a sponsor today?
Yeah, it's Ballsy. Ballsy is a men's health and wellness brand that makes super dope products to keep your junk smelling clean, looking clean. And just overall, it keeps your balls fresh throughout the entire day. Ballsy has an awesome sack pack. It comes in a really cool box, just like this one that I have right here, which includes their flagship Ballwash, which is pH balance, and made with aloe vera, and there's another thing in there. It's pH balance is made with aloe vera. It's supposed to keep you from getting acne. It keeps your balls clean. It keeps them smelling good throughout the entire day. And they also have their nut rub, which is a little solid cologne that you can, just dabble your balls in a little bit, and it'll keep them nice and clean and fresh. And
keep them from chafing.
It'll keep them from chafing as well. And they got their super awesome nut spray, which is also a pH balance spray that you can spray on your balls between heavy activity. So if you sweat a little bit and it starts getting a little musty, put a little bit of that on there, and boom, there goes your swamp balls. They're gone. So yeah, Ballwash, Ballsy brand, they're a super dope product. And if you want to try it right now, you can go to www.ballsy.com and use our promo code TWD15 for 15% off. That's Ballsy with Ballwash. Keep your junk clean, save your junk. Believe me, you want it. It's super dope, and it works perfectly.
They've got your sack, that's for sure.
Yeah, they definitely got your sack, bro.
They got you covered,
bro. They really do. Like, honestly, I bought it as a joke one time, and like I was like, oh shit, these products are actually really fucking good. Like everything's pH balanced. Everything actually works the way it's supposed to. Like, it keeps you fresh and clean in there, and they sell stuff to keep you from chafing. If you're a big boy out here in the summer working in the heat, that ball guard liquid powder really comes in clutch.
Keeps the balls and booty hole intact.
So yeah, Ballsy, keep the funk off your junk.
But next up, actually, we have Keep It or Eat It. So Keep It or Eat It is where we take user suggestions on just about anything and take a vote on whether it's cool enough to keep or whether we should trash the suggestion and eat it into outer space. You can send us your Keep It or Eat It suggestions by tweeting us at the Weekly Pod, at Danny_951 and Danny_G951, and it's that guy Kyle using the hashtag KOY.
Boom. Perfectly read. Good job, Kyle.
Well, no, but it's all right.
You didn't mess up my username. It's okay. It's 3 years into podcasting, and I still always mess up that username. It's been the same thing the whole time. I still always forget it.
I forgot the G. I was like, Danny_951.
Better sum the app name down, make it something simple.
That's why I was like, it's that really guy Kyle. Simple. What's easier than that?
Mine's actually really simple. It's Danny_G951. But some way, somehow, I always forget something in there when I'm reading it, and it comes out all fucked up.
It's the underscore, bro. Throw people off.
I think it is. All right, let's get into it. Our first Keep It or Eat It. Mountain Dew has announced they're coming out with their own hard seltzer. Do we keep it or eat it?
I'd keep that. Is it going to taste like Code Red?
I believe it's coming out in 3 flavors. Baja Blast, Original, and Code Red.
Oh, you're giving me a Baja Blast alcoholic beverage?
Yeah,
bro, I'm gonna keep that shit. That sounds fucking fire. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Baja, but if it's between for Mountain Dew, it's either like Code Red or it's Baja Blast. Baja Blast is my number one.
Yeah, Baja Blast is the best.
Yeah,
it's crazy how that was created just for Taco Bell for the longest time.
Yeah, it was a Taco Bell exclusive, which is really cool. But now you can get it anywhere.
Yeah. All right,
I'm gonna keep that.
Jahmaiki, what are your thoughts on it? Do you drink seltzers to start with?
I don't even drink.
Oh, dang. Okay. Well, do you like mine, dude?
I'll still answer. I mean, if I was drinking, I'd probably keep it.
Yeah. All right.
It doesn't sound bad. Baja Blast, I'm telling you, that doesn't sound bad at all.
Nah, that doesn't sound bad. Sounds interesting.
All right, so we're gonna keep that one. All right. Next one, Yik Yak. It's a app on It's a pretty much an app. Yik Yak. It's from back in the day. You know, they're finally back after a 4-year hiatus.
What?
Do y'all know what Yik Yak is?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Where you can go talk shit to people anonymously and no one will ever find out who you are.
Man, that was the thing in high school.
Yeah,
I remember Yik Yak when I first got into college, before Yvonne and we got married.
Bro, it was so much fun.
I was looking for an Asian girl. And I was like, man, I've never been with an Asian girl before. And so this Asian girl was like, yeah, hit me up. And then she 100% thought I was black. So whenever she found out I was like a skinny white guy, she was like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. And I was like,
That's
well,
hilarious.
Okay, well now I'm depressed. Yeah, that's the danger of anonymity, right?
Bro. Well, yeah, Yik Yak came back. They're back after 4 years of not being on the App Store.
I fuck with it.
I fuck with it, dude. I used to have fun on Yik Yak. I used to talk shit to all sorts of people for no reason.
I still have a Yik Yak sticker on my my really old laptop. I had it on a Dell ThinkPad. Yeah, it was really sad actually. kind of. I was like, man, it's my opportunity. I'm about to hang out with an Asian girl. I'm about to be lit. Knock it off the bucket list, and then no, I just got my heart broken instead. So.
Damn.
But now I'm happily married, and it was meant to happen.
Oh man. So I'm guessing you're keeping Yik Yak, right?
Yeah, I'll keep Yik Yak. It was actually a lot of fun. We used to just fuck around on there all the time. It was a good time.
That's a classic. That's a keep.
Yeah. All right. Hell yeah. That's a keep for me too. I used to love that app. Like I said, I used to just go on there and talk shit to people all the time.
That was the app in high school, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was college for me.
Yeah.
It made me feel old. Granted, it was popping at Texas State. Like that, there was so many people. Well, that's right. You were there at Texas. You came and visited us for like one time, and you came to Texas State with me and Cameron and Theo. It was like you, Cameron, and Theo.
I came there twice.
Yeah, you went twice. The second time you performed for Theta Chi. That's right.
Yeah, I did.
Badass.
That was one, and I remember at the time, if I remember correctly, that was one of the biggest crowds you had done at the time, like a live performance. And
it was, yes, it was.
Yeah, which is crazy. I remember the boys still talk about Jay Neezy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Legend himself.
The man jumped on the stage.
He did jump on the stage. I think it was Dom. I don't remember who it was.
Oh no, I just know he jumped on the stage. I was like, oh whoa, all right, that's a bet.
It was a vibe. We definitely took out Pluckers. That before Pluckers was cool and it came to Houston and everything. We put you on the Pluckers initially.
No, I'm not even a fan of Pluckers.
I was about to say,
not even the mac and cheese bites.
They deals be throwing me off, man.
That's fair. And you don't drink, so you wouldn't be in one of the cosmic frogs.
I'll go to
psychedelic frogs.
I'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'll go to Wingstop before I go to.
Okay, have you had those Wingstop thighs yet? Have you got to try those? I haven't gotten an opportunity to have those, but Rick Ross had released like their wings that you only get via DoorDash, but they had like a thigh combo because the wings were going out for a little bit.
I didn't even know about that,
bro. Thighs are so like when they talk about like thighs, like dark meat, so good, bro. So apparently when you bite into it, you just crunch. It was just like it's supposed to be like really fire.
Really?
I never got to try them. So if you're looking for thighs, let me know how they taste.
What was that pizza that you had us try? It was like the Randy Marsh, right?
The Randy Marsh and the Stoner Pie, right? I got you both of those. It was at okay. So at Texas State, there's a little restaurant. It actually is not in the same place it used to be, but it's called Gumby's. Like based on the cartoon,
the cartoon
Gumby. Yeah. So you can go into Gumby's and you can get what's called a Stoner Pie, and the stoner pie was like, and the Randy Marsh too is like mozzarella sticks, French fries, pepperoni, and like all of that with a side of ranch that you could use to dip it. So that was the stoner pie, and the stoner pie was great. And you also had the Randy Marsh, and I think that was like that had quite a few other similar things. I think, but it was its own.
Good.
Yeah, it was its vibe. It was delicious, and then they also had pokey sticks, which were like garlic bread, like sticks. They were good. Yeah. Shout out to Gumby's. I miss that place.
I'm gonna have to look for it.
Have you ever in San Marcos, Bernie? At any point,
I've been in San Marcos like 3 weekends in a row.
Yeah, for sure. Check them out.
Yeah. Same to you, Jahmaiki. When you get back in there, go get yourself some Gumby's and get yourself some fuego tacos, bro.
I had fuego taco
since the last time I went there. I have not been back.
You got to go back down and float the river when Danny goes.
Bro, I had fuego taco 2 weeks ago. That shit was fire. The brisket taco with mac and
pollo,
cheese.
Bro.
Oh no, I got a brisket taco with mac and cheese, and that shit was amazing.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Bro, the loco pollo has, so get this, it has charbroiled chicken cut into chunks. Mm-hmm. It's got queso, it's got bacon, and it's got a thing of refried beans on it, wrapped in a tortilla, like a fresh made tortilla. That thing is fire.
Damn.
Delicious.
You making me hungry right now.
Right?
My bad.
Come on, Colin. Alright, let's go on to the next one before we get more hungry. Alright, next Keep It or Eat It is Lizzo's new song Rumors featuring Cardi B.
I have a reacting video to that song.
Did you hear what she said in one of the interviews where she was crying and she was claiming that America is fat phobic?
I don't even want to say nothing about that.
I think okay. So here's my viewpoint on it. Okay, so I'll put it out there. I think it's a little bit of both. Like I think she puts herself out there, but unfortunately, when you put yourself out there on a big stage like that, you're going to be open to criticism. It's going to happen, and people are not nice. And even though the song, I actually kind of like the song. I don't know if it's not my 100% value, but I gotta listen to it. But if it comes on the radio, I'm not going to turn it off, right? But my whole thing with it is like when you put yourself on a pedestal, like on a panel like that, like the expectation for criticism is going to be there, and people aren't going to like you regardless. Like, I mean, we're fat. Like, me and Danny, both of us, we're fat guys. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we probably wouldn't like to be called like beefcake or fucking, something nasty, like, like. No, but at the same time, like, we put ourselves in a place to where we just embrace who we are. Exactly. We literally have one episode called Fat Boy Summer or Thick Boy Summer. So, and we just kind of embrace
you. You gotta embrace
exactly.
yourself.
And I think like she's letting it get to her, and I think the real honest fix to it is legitimately just to not look at those comments. Well, you don't look at them. You enjoy the likes you get, and you enjoy like what you're doing. Play live, do those performances, but like keep those. Those are critiques that like. Those are critiques, in my opinion, that don't like. They don't need to affect you.
Yeah.
You don't need to let them. You don't need to let them. Because what you do whenever you look at those negative things, you react to them like that, is you give them power. Mm-hmm. I guess that's my thing.
Oh no! In my opinion, I think she's just not genuine, right? So she's trying to push this body positivity thing, but she doesn't feel the same way about her own body.
But she's self-conscious about herself.
So she's self-conscious, and she's not genuine. She's not genuine with her mission, right? Or what she's putting out there. So obviously, it's going to affect her because she already has these issues, and she's putting her front all the time. So when she gets these comments, she's going to take it to heart because she's feeling that way. But to say America is fat phobic is completely inaccurate because America's the most obese country in the fucking world. So we can't be fat phobic. We're all fucking fat.
We're all fat. So it's hard to be fat phobic when most of us are fat. So, but I think you're right with that, Danny. Like honestly, you are kind of right. Like I think it is probably a self-conscious issue where she probably isn't comfortable with herself. So really, her message is kind of like not genuine. Yeah, I think it's a lot of artists that are in the bigger side kind of feel that because I mean you've seen it with Adele. Adele was kind of like who she was, and then she lost a ton of weight, and people were just like, "Oh, I fuck with her, she's fine," like all kinds of this shit. Like, and all of a sudden she felt real good about herself, and like it was one of those things where it was kind of like she felt a lot better about herself once she lost the weight, versus when she was having it on and she was still kind of speaking about body positivity. It kind of changed, and body positivity became being conscious of your body and actually feeding it with proper nutrients and getting yourself on the right track.
Yeah, it's taking care of yourself.
Yeah. That's what the real body positivity was.
Yeah.
So that's just my piece, but
okay. But her song, do you keep it? Or
it's hard though. It's hard to tell It's hard to tell everything. It's they're not called entertainers for no reason. I'm not gonna say it's not real. I'm not gonna say it's fake. It's just hard to believe certain things now. Like she was crying last time when everybody was bashing her because she was dancing or whatever at the NBA game in a thong. But I'm kind of like, I mean, what did you expect? Like, there's kids there.
Yeah,
it's a family-oriented place. Like,
but that was a whole nother thing.
I guess my question is, how did your label and you not know? You knew you were gonna get criticism.
Yeah.
And then there's actually a video of the LA the camera guys behind her, and you can see her thumb.
Yeah.
So it's like you came in there trying to ask for attention.
But that's what I'm saying.
So it's just kind of like, are you really crying because you feel how like what y'all said, or are y'all just planning this? Because
it could also be just a big plan.
It could also be to get
it's
numbers.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. It's not called entertainment for no reason.
That's true.
I don't disagree with you there, actually. That's a solid point. I mean,
that is very true.
When it comes to the song directly, I'd say keep it. I actually fuck with the song. Like I said, I'll listen to it if it happens to if it's on the radio. I'm not gonna change it. Like I'm not for that. Like there are some songs 100% that have been out recently. Lil Pump, anything Lil Pump related, I will not listen to. I refuse to do it.
I didn't even know he dropped.
No, he's been on his own thing.
Lil Pump's a clown, bro.
He's a
I like Lil Pump. I like him just because he's funny.
About him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing with him and 6ix9ine, things like that. Like they were talking about. I don't know if you listen to Blackie Speaks or anything like that on YouTube. If you don't, I highly recommend to. He's really good. He's a really good commentator on hip hop and the hip hop scene, and he talks about kind of he calls it the J. Cole theory, or the J. Cole, basically the whole thing 1985, the whole 1985 theory, where it's kind of like you push this persona of yourself in this music, but this persona it's phony. It's not real. It's based in falsehoods, and it's basically the antics are what's getting you the popularity. And in 2 years, you don't become relevant. And it's the same thing that happened after 6ix9ine was indicted. He came out with music after once he got out, and what the music was garbage.
The music popped,
it wasn't good.
The music popped. He got blackballed in the States, but the music popped worldwide, like in Europe.
Yeah, but they did find out that some of his he was lying.
Yeah.
Well, there were bots, and then they found out there were bots, and then also he was on Impulsive, the Logan Paul show, and he was talking about how they were talking about merch bundles and how his specific record was going to stop doing merch bundles.
I remember that interview.
And then come to find out, he was talking about, I forget what artist it was, but I think it was Nicki Minaj, how she had made a ton of money on her merch bundle that was going on, the Travis Scott, the whole Travis Scott issue and stuff too. But I think Paramount, I think it was the company, they had stated that they actually didn't cut merch bundles when it released. So he actually was making money off the merch bundles, and that was part of his sales that he had earned. So he actually didn't. His album did flop.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, man. It's hard to believe anything from the music industry, just in general entertainment. That's like YouTubers. A lot of them fake a lot of crap.
Yeah. But none of them
it's hard to believe something, and it's bad because when something really does happen, it's hard to believe.
A ton of plants, industry plants, things like that, they get put into the scene too.
I think that's why naturally, we're more attracted to people that are genuine or come off as genuine.
100%.
That's why J. Cole will always, have his fan base because he comes off as a genuine person.
Even if he may not be low key, he comes off genuine, and that works for him.
Exactly.
Even if he isn't as genuine as he states he is, the fact that he pushes that kind of persona in his music, it works for him. Same with Kendrick.
Yeah.
I feel like they are genuine just because they do that. They really don't want to be in the scene. They don't be in the scene like that at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When do you ever see a J. Cole interview outside of the 1985 thing he did with Lil Pump? And when do you see him do it with? And it's the same for Kendrick. It does not happen. And why? Because they don't want to be in that.
Yep. Exactly.
And not with all of the antics and the fake stuff, and that's why that's why, and that is exactly why they appreciate it very much more.
Well, it's like the issue back in the day with Daniel Caesar too. I don't know if you remember that on Twitter when he got drunk and he was just saying something about, I forget what it was. It was a little bit, if I remember correctly, it was a little controversial. But he was drunk and he just said what he said, and it kind of what it was. But it almost killed his career. Like he had.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that's why he never would post stuff on there, and that's why like he started getting more involved in his social media, and then he got drunk and said something about, I forget what it was about. It had something to do with like, I think more white people like fucking with his music versus like black people, and it like within the scene, and how he didn't feel like he was getting the appreciation that he was wanting from that community, and then black community like just attacked him within the Twitter, like black Twitter, like when it attacked him like heavily.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be
like,
careful.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was a little bit controversial, and he got like, realistically, like, unfortunately, you get kind of what you put out there. And even though he was drunk, you can't really excuse kind of like the things that he said. And it was one of those situations where he just kind of played himself a little bit.
Yeah,
that's like the baby though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, the baby is down bad with that whole situation. No, he's not making it better, bro.
He doubled down. I think that's what hurt him the most.
He did double down. That fake ass apology he put out.
Bro,
that's a mess.
He shouldn't have said that on stage. I don't know why he said that.
Where did that come from? That was my question. Like it was out of pocket, bro.
Move. That was the wrong move.
Yeah, it really
it's because he's doing music with Dua Lipa and stuff like that too. Does he not expect that he's gonna have like gay fans?
I think it was something.
Does he not see he's gonna have fans that are LGBT? Like, is it not?
No,
he did not.
I think it was something related with Lil Nas X.
Even then,
where he came out of left field about that. I don't know.
And that whole shit. Well, he talked about someone like don't be out. I hope you're not out there like if you're out there sucking dick in the parking lot as a man, like a dude sucking a dick in the parking lot. He said some wild ass shit like HIV. He was out of pocket.
He was out of pocket for sure, bro.
Oh no, he shouldn't have said that.
He's probably one of the first rappers I've ever seen actually potentially cancel himself.
Yeah.
Legitimately, actually, legitimately may not have contracts and records anymore. Like he's going to get blackballed.
A lot of people,
Did his label drop him?
I don't think they dropped him.
But a lot of his endorsements dropped him like instantly.
A lot of his endorsements.
A lot of endorsements dropped him.
Festivals dropped him. Like he got dropped left and right, bro.
Even if people agree with him, and I'm not saying that I do or anybody, but there are people that in the world that do agree with him, companies that do too. They're not gonna. That's a bad PR move. Of course, they're not gonna stick with him. So they're gonna drop them too.
Not only are they trying to protect their brand, but also because some of them are actually,
and they feel that type of way.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. Not to mention, the baby also did have some anti-Semitic comments that he also mentioned on top of that too. So he was saying something about Jewish people too on top of that. So it was. He was not helping himself, bro. He was not helping himself in any way, shape, or form. So
that was a mess, dude.
Yeah, here at the Weekly D, we don't fuck with homophobia or anti-Semitism in general. So it's kind of just
that ain't the way to do it.
No, definitely not.
It's just some fucked up shit, man. It's wild. The baby was out of pocket.
Yeah.
I don't even think that was the thing. Keep it or eat it, but I'm gonna eat him for the time being until he gets his shit right. Until he's in a better place with his stuff and he has an understanding and a real understanding of the thing he did wrong. Because I just don't think that he knows that he did something wrong. Because he has an opinion doesn't mean his opinion isn't kind of dumb sometimes. Like, I think at that point, once he understands it, then I'll start kind of fucking with him again.
Yep.
Because I don't think when you're not paying attention to that kind of shit, like you stay blind to it, and when you stay blind to something, you're not bettering yourself.
Yeah. But that's the thing. That's fine. Have your opinion, but he just needed to keep that to himself.
Yeah, realistically, that's true. I think he just needed to kind of keep it to himself.
Just keep. There's certain things you just need to keep to yourself, and that was definitely one of them.
Yeah, like what was the necessity to blurt that out on stage?
Come on now, like, and you could hear the crowd was not cheering like that.
Yeah,
no, they were not.
What were you thinking?
Like, hold up, what you trying to say?
Exactly.
That exact next day.
I mean, there were some of those
chaos.
those really like what's it called hood dudes that were in there probably like, yeah, you better tell them. Like,
nah, bro, that's the kind of shit that gets you fired on your day off.
It's just
it was just wild, completely out of left field.
I got another one for you. Ready for it? OnlyFans banning porn from its site. What are your thoughts? Do you think that's a good business move? Do you think it's a bad business move? Would you keep that or would you eat that? Are you a partaker of the OnlyFans? Or do you have an OnlyFans?
I do not have OnlyFans. I am not on that.
It sounds like somebody that has an OnlyFans. That's what they would say.
Nah, you can check my stuff. I don't got nothing.
I'll plead the fifth.
No, I'm kidding. So what are your thoughts on that though? Like when it comes to OnlyFans kind of getting rid of the porn, do you think it's a smart business move? Or do you think it's a bad business move? Because I understand why they did it. So I don't know if you've heard kind of the actual reason behind it.
It's the people they're involved with.
Yeah, it's to get more endorsements.
It's that, and also basically OnlyFans kind of realized they were doing a shit job at maintaining their platform. Mm-hmm. Like what happened with it is a lot of people, unfortunately, they weren't validating licenses, things like that correctly. So people were like young girls, things like that, were coming on like under the age of 18 and putting themselves out on OnlyFans. And actually dropping OnlyFans, which technically is like, child porn. It's what it is. And so that was getting actually put into the system a lot more often than you would think. And they weren't able to actually like account for it. And so they needed to rebrand. And they were going to do this other version of OnlyFans that was going to be separate. And they were going to have OnlyFans as a separate platform from this other one that was going to be more toward creators and things like that, similar to Patreon. But then after that whole situation came out, they just decided to say, fuck it, we're going to just drop the porn in general because it's not good for our business model. I happen to disagree. I think they could do a better job in maintaining the platform and figuring out what is and what should be on the platform and what's legal and what's not legal.
Hold on,
and then it's up to them.
Yeah. There's loopholes though in the whole thing, right? Because they're only banning porn. Which is what they're classifying as porn is like a girl playing with herself or getting, her back blown out. But she can take a picture of her completely naked and post it and it's still fine. Like they're only banning porn, but not nudity, not anything like that. There's a whole loophole in there. I feel bad for all these single moms, man, that have been making all their money off of OnlyFans and now they're going to have to figure something out. Like, McDonald's is hiring, but I don't think you want to go back
have you seen how high they're hiring now for McDonald's? You can get $15 an hour, bro.
I mean, yeah.
In this economy? Bro.
But $15 an hour to 15 stacks a day. I mean,
pay weekly, bro. You get benefits and vacation. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. I think that paying Twitter thing is about to pop off like crazy.
Well, I'm thinking like more than likely what's going to happen is you're going to see an increase in like Pornhub Premium and other sites that do offer that kind of stuff.
Nah,
and they'll start verifying.
I think there's going to be
a pop up there.
I think people saw the successes of OnlyFans and they're just going to copy it. They're going to copy and paste it as something else.
I think there's one called something Gator that you can go Blue Gator or something like that. That can be utilized.
Like I said, I'm just worried about all these single moms, especially because like so many girls got out the strip club, and they start working for themselves, creating their own business off OnlyFans.
You're right.
Now they got to go back to the strip club. Some girls that instead of being prostitutes and stuff, they were doing OnlyFans. Now they gotta go call their pimp, and it's gonna be a whole mess.
Well, it's also safer. You're not dealing with like
exactly.
OnlyFans is like kind of like a failsafe in a lot of ways for some people because for one, you can keep it solo.
It's a safe way
if you choose to be solo. It's a safe way to promote sexual content, which for some people like is a lot safer than potentially utilizing like you said like prostitution and things like that. Where
it's way better than working at a strip club
and things like that.
Because at a strip club, you don't got to worry about the old guy like grabbing your ass or anything. Like, well, he's just watching.
Also, not to mention, a lot of these porn stars were surprisingly making more money on OnlyFans because their contracts were just kind of like not great with like Bang Bros, things like that. So they were like moving to OnlyFans for premium content because they're really making real money there.
Yeah,
like there was some girl I saw. I don't even know if she was like. they were doing interviews, kind of like it was just like a random YouTube video. They talked about OnlyFans, and one of the girls, like, they had asked one of the girls, like, how much you making, and she said about almost $500,000.
Dude, freaking
like a year.
That Catch Me Outside girl, Bad Baby. Mm-hmm. She made $1 million in 6 minutes when she turned 18.
Which is something. There is something weird about that when people wait until they're 18. That's
hey.
there's something strange about that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
At least they waited, bro. At least they waited.
Yes, it's true. But that's a little sus because they were probably waiting way before 18 too.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, they waited. You know what's wild though? One of the top 10 earners of OnlyFans was Safari.
Safari,
the Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend or ex-husband.
What?
Yeah, that dude made one.
I know Tyga was making a ton of money too off of it.
Safari was making $1.9 million a month off of his OnlyFans.
Wow.
So it wasn't just girls. And then do you all know?
No, I'm saying Tyga is another one that's actually making a ton of money off of it.
Yeah.
He had a huge business off of pictures and videos, things like that, and that dude was going.
Yeah.
Honestly, that dude was going in. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
it wasn't no just body pictures or anything like that. No, this man was going all in.
I mean, Mia Khalifa, she was a big porn star that claimed that she made no money off of porn on OnlyFans.
You're gonna tell us we all don't know who Mia Khalifa is?
Dude, everyone knows who Mia Khalifa is. I don't care who you are. You could be a pastor at a church and you'll know who Mia Khalifa is. You've at least seen her once. But dude, she was making $6.42 million a month.
Oh my God!
For someone who said that made no money off of porn, she's not doing better herself. Oh, Tyga.
And a lot of her, like you said, it's just one of those things where she's built a brand off of it, and then she's now being able to do stuff she really wants to do, like sports broadcasting, creating her radio show, stuff like that, which is really cool.
Yeah, dude, holy crap! Black China was making $20 million a month.
Oh my God,
that's crazy! Holy crap!
Wild.
I don't know. Like I said, I feel like OnlyFans taking this new direction is
going to kill their brand.
It's really going to kill their brand. Yeah,
like to go the way of Tumblr, unfortunately, where once they took the porn away from Tumblr, it was done so.
Tumblr.
Yes, dude. Once you took the porn away from the porn gifs away from Tumblr, that was it.
But Tumblr was already dying, though.
It was already on its way out.
Yeah,
it was already dying, so it didn't matter.
Okay. So what do we want to keep? We want to keep OnlyFans making this decision, or you think it's a bad idea?
That's hard for me. I'm in the middle of that, to be honest.
I'm actually kind of in the middle of it too, because I think honestly they needed to change their business model, in order to actually adjust some things. But at the same time, I do think it actually does displace a lot of workers and people that we made the joke about the single moms, but it is a real actual issue that there are a lot of people that use it as 100% of their revenue, and if they don't have a revenue stream, they're not out of jobs. They don't have jobs now, and there's a clientele for it. You can't say that they don't have work, and they're not actually doing a job, because they are, and they have a clientele that pushes it and does their work. I'm not saying it's the equivalent, but it's kind of like the equivalent to somebody watching entertainment. You know what I mean? They're taking entertainment. They're paying for the entertainment. That whether that be sports broadcasting, whether that be podcasts, whether that be music, they're willing to pay for that content because they find it entertaining.
Yeah.
So when you take away that entertainer's method of putting out that content, even if it is X-rated, you're kind of discouraging that in a way to where that can actually be not beneficial. For other people looking for other avenues to gain revenue.
Just look at it this way. During coronavirus, a lot of people went into OnlyFans because that was their only means of making money. And that's going to be stripped away. Although all these people that joined it, they obviously became small business owners. I'm sure they have a plan of where to move and whatnot. But OnlyFans itself doing this, for me, it's a yeet because they're just hurting themselves. Their brand, their whole thing is just gonna tank after this, in my eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's a tricky one.
That's in the middle move. Yeah, that's a tricky one in the middle. They don't ever rely on one app for your money. You did first and foremost.
No, exactly.
Don't ever that you can't do that. Like, I mean, I get why, but that ain't the way to do that. No, you again look what's happening now.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of them became small business owners, right? They started different channels, different websites. A lot of them use different social medias and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's gonna take a chunk of people out of business. Yeah, and I mean, yes, I was making a joke about the single moms, but there's a lot of single moms that use it to make money.
Yeah, no, I no, and that's where I'm also in the middle with that too. Like, yeah, for people who genuinely were doing it because they needed and their job was not paying enough and they really were struggling. Yeah, I feel bad for them. OnlyFans as an app though, when that came out, I when I ended up like learning what the gist of it was because of Twitter, I was like, so y'all about to pay this much money for some porn that you could watch for free.
I don't really get that.
But the difference is you might know the butthole you're looking at.
Okay, but the point
is, I guess some personal stuff. If you've been wanting to see that for a while, you're like, oh, I got my opportunity for $29.99 for $29.95 a month. I can see exactly what I've been looking
honestly,
for.
Honestly, I feel like that's where they made their most money. You know, there's always that one dude that always wanted to smash a girl, but never had the chance, right? She has
I guess that's what this was for. Then I guess
exactly.
I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not judging. I mean, look, each their own. For me personally, I'm just. I'm not.
I don't disagree with you.
No, I don't either. I respect the hustle, right? I respect the hustle. But
yeah, I mean, hey, look, okay, like what's her name? Okay, like Ruby Rose, like I know she has one because of DDG, because they were dating or whatever, and like he made a valid point, like there's thirsty guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
She could drop a pic and make how much money on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
exactly.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, I get it. It's the thirsty, it's the super thirsty people that are making you rich.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, hey, who am I to knock the hustle? I can't knock it.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Now, morally, that's a whole nother question, but hustle wise, you can't knock the hustle, man.
But yeah, that's in the middle. I'm in the middle with that. That's definitely gonna hurt them a bit. That's gonna hurt them.
I agree.
I think they could have leveraged that a bit better. Maybe just like, okay, we're gonna move because I mean, there's probably kids on like Pornhub probably.
Oh,
that's true. Oh, that's one of the reasons that they went to full verification.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I'm just saying, like Pornhub's like the father of all that crap. So it's kind of like, if they could survive through that, why couldn't y'all survive through it? To be honest,
very true.
That's true.
That's very
why
true.
exactly couldn't y'all survive through that if Pornhub could? Just, I know one of y'all probably know them. Why y'all just don't go knock on? Hey,
go ask some questions, right?
How y'all did, or do your research? How they dealt with this? Just it's something.
They moved a lot of the revenue also to cryptocurrency, which definitely actually helped them. You can actually buy
smart people. They know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because now you're not having to like worry about sponsors trying to pay you because you're getting it in cryptocurrency. So
PayPal and Cash App bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
they did. They did.
Bank of America and Chase did too.
Did you see Visa ordered actually bought a CryptoPunk?
Yeah.
That big NFT?
In HEB, in HEB you can go buy some crypto.
Okay.
It's a little crypto ATM thing. You can go and buy crypto.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Bro.
It's insane. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Can you only buy Bitcoin or can you buy Doge and Ethereum?
You can buy Ethereum, Bitcoin, and there's, I think, Litecoin.
Okay.
something else. I don't know all what you can buy on there. I didn't really like check it out, but I
may need to check it. I may need to check it and try and see if it covers fees and stuff. Because if it's like does that, and you're not having to pay like a nasty fee to put it on your wallet, that actually may be worth it to bring it cash. And just transfer it to crypto.
It's gonna be worth it either way for people who aren't educated about it. But people like us, it might not be. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I think it's just cool that you can just like Coinbase finally put out their Visa card and you can just walk in store and just swipe.
Mm-hmm. And it automatically transfers to USD, right? It automatically
yes, automatically. And you can get 4% cash back in whatever the coin that you used.
Pretty impressive.
Whatever you purchased.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty impressive.
That's cool.
They need to adopt the currency status and just accept them as currencies and not assets. And I think that's the issue that
but that's what I'm saying. Like the reason why I'm saying, I'm not saying the dollar bill is gonna fall because of one thing. I'm saying you can see it. It's just a simple fact of
it's happening.
The government has never in their life sent you money so you can be okay.
Yeah.
They ain't never done that in their life.
Yeah.
So you seeing that right now, and say just to say, not saying it'll happen. I hope it doesn't happen. Say a lockdown happened again, and they actually, what country is actually doing that right now? There is a country right now, and New Mexico. They are testing to give people money on a monthly basis to create their own currency.
New Mexico, like the state?
Yes.
Huh? The state? Like U.S. state? New Mexico?
Yeah, New Mexico. There was a whole article about it. They're doing that right now. And then there's another country who is cashless, and they have their own currency.
I know Florida's working on trying to implement Bitcoin into their economy, but El Salvador has moved into Bitcoin as well.
Well, El Salvador is giving their people
I think what's
$30 worth of Bitcoin.
I think that either A, this is going to the government going to end up taking over this crap, and they're going to just end up saying, all right, we're going to make our own currency. Mm-hmm. All of y'all need to get on it. Mm-hmm. and I feel like Bitcoin, all that crap, it's still going to be there, but eventually I feel like it might shut down too.
Well, like in South America, I know Venezuelans, their businesses are starting to pay their employees in Bitcoin because it's worth more than what their dollar is.
That's what I'm saying. You got to know America gets everything late.
Yeah, and El Salvador,
America be late to everything. So that's another reason. When you watch what's happening around the world, you know it's gonna come to America, man. Yeah. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
China is already doing that. China is already on face recognition. You walking up to the store and it recognizes your face and you walk in.
Oh, bro.
You come up to pay for groceries, it's already fake. They already on that.
China's more advanced than that. You know, China's credit system goes off of the type of person you are.
Yeah,
like that shit's wild. They calculate who you hang out with, where you work, and that makes your credit score.
Yeah, it's what man. There was a dude that jaywalked across the street,
and his credit
went recognized down. His face, charged his card the same day, and sent him a bill.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
China's on a whole nother level. Well,
but even here though, we have drones here that if they can see who is sick.
Yeah,
they literally can see who is sick from a drone.
Yeah,
a lot of the stuff that is coming is not really new. It's new to us, but it's not new. It's like Tesla talking about, I'm making a robot. I guarantee you that robot is locked up right now. He just ain't dropped it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, Tesla bot, it's been implemented. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts on Tesla bot? Do you keep it or eat it?
Look, honestly, I can't sit here and be like, I don't want no robots. I mean, I don't, but the robot's already in our hand.
I don't know,
the phone is a robot.
I don't know. I seen iRobot with Will Smith, and that shit terrifies me.
No, bro. Like, listen. Elon Musk already said that he's gonna build them in to be like caring to humans, and to
that's the same story in iRobot. They're not supposed to kill people, and they kill people.
All I'm saying is it's much easier to watch a robot fall from the sky when they're trying to clean a window in a skyscraper than it is a person.
Well, yeah,
and
but
it will probably be fine.
This robot is supposed to learn as it goes. Okay, it's gonna have artificial intelligence that allows it to learn as it goes. It's supposed to be able to do normal everyday tasks and difficult work like construction. So even though they say that robot's not gonna be strong, it's gonna have to be somewhat powerful to be able to pick some shit up and do construction work. Like, have you not seen iRobot? Like,
yes,
does not
but
work
iRobot is a movie. This is real life, Danny.
It's real life. It's literally the same idea. They've created
Bring me the robots. Bring me the robots. I am here for them. I love them. I think it's a great idea. I think it's slick.
You get your robots. I'm gonna stack up on more ammo. And when shit goes south, don't come to me.
Dude, I'll have my army of robots ready to fight the other robots. It'll be great.
But it's this the thing though. Like as much as it will advance us, there will be positivity from it. And I know the positivity is from it. And I get it. I'm not even going to knock it.
There will be super negatives. There's going to be the first robot murder.
But that exact positive... No. But it's just that... it doesn't even have to do with murder. That exact positivity will be man's downfall. That exact same thing.
Yeah. Haven't you seen WALL-E? They get the robots
do you not,
to do everything.
But I'm already looking like the guy from WALL-E. What do you want me to do?
Who? There's a guy I forgot what his name is. He is making a chip that will go in your brain and you connect to a cloud. And if you want to learn a language, you can download it and you automatically know the language. It's like, oh, that sounds dope.
Isn't that awesome?
I know Elon Musk is working on something similar to that. I don't know if it's necessarily that.
But again, though, what is the long? But that's the thing, though. What is the long-term effect going to be, though? That's what I feel like nobody thinks about. What is the long-term? How are we as a society going to end up being?
What they should really do is they should see if these robots work and then test them and take them to Mars to help them build Mars build out Mars instead of doing like. Bro, they already doing that. They just don't tell you. Yeah, sure. But all I'm saying, that's what you do too. You start the robots there and you build the civilization with the robots from that. And then you don't have to worry about manpower because it's already being done there. And probably I don't know what the gravity looks like there, if it's similar or not, but I don't know. I don't
think robots are necessarily a good thing.
All I'm saying is a robot butler, similar to C-3PO, would be pretty cool. That's all I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying. It's going to have its benefits to it. But that exact thing will be our downfall.
Exactly.
So y'all both eating it?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
I'm eating it.
Wow, guys. I didn't think we would disagree this much on this one. I'm going to keep it. I think it's cool.
And I'm not, but that's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I can agree with all the points that you're making. You're not saying anything wrong.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're not saying nothing wrong. I'm just looking at the other side of it.
I think that's fair to think about it that way too, because I mean, when it comes to humanity, you're right though. Humanity's biggest downfall will be our own selves, and that'll be us furthering our technology and advancing our technology the way we've been doing. That's going to be our biggest downfall long term.
And then our technology is going to take over us.
Yeah,
it will be our greatest achievement, and it will be our greatest. That's why I'm like, you're not wrong. Nobody's saying what they're saying right now is wrong. Mm-hmm. Everybody right now saying what they're saying is right. It will be technology is our greatest advancement. Technology is our greatest achievement. It has accomplished so much. It will be our background.
Yeah.
Why? Like it's like, okay, we're gonna make electric. We're doing electric cars. That's dope. We can save the planet. Okay, but then now other people are gonna be like, so if electricity goes out, what are you gonna do? How are you going to charge it? What do you, because the generator will only last for so long. What do you do after that? See, but people don't want to think about this type of things. But this is real.
No, and it's why it's
full circle.
It's exactly why the oil and gas industry will work. Yeah. If they make it how it's gas and electric, cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. When the
Another
electric
hybrid.
run out, it runs on gas. Cool.
Yep.
For sure.
Right in the middle.
But that's why we also have solar power.
True. All I'm saying
Exactly.
is my hope 5 to 10 years from now, I will be a multimillionaire off Dogecoin, chilling in my little house with my robot butler. It's going to be lit. Everyone's going to
You gonna have it. You gonna have it.
I'm speaking into existence. I'm going to make it happen, bro.
You gonna have it, bro. I mean, it's not a cheap. Okay, here's another thing I'm gonna poke at you at with robots. I mean, you know more robots means less jobs for people, right?
That's true, and I do have an issue with that. That's one of my things. It's like because you need people to have like jobs, and we need to make sure that we don't get too advanced to where we start taking away jobs from people.
It's already happened. That's the issue. It's already happening now. There's already a place where it's only 2 people in the factory. They're only there to maintain the robots while the robots do everything else. Yep. Everybody else got fired.
Yep. Well, that's like Tesla also making their 18-wheelers that drive themselves.
Amazon's doing it for delivering packages. There's nobody driving the cars.
Yep.
Domino's is doing that now. This is going to take away jobs from people.
Exactly.
It's kind of scary.
Exactly.
What? That's why, and that's a whole other thing too. What are people going to do at that point? It's going to get scary out here. It's going to get real scary and desperate.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You can't go nowhere and get a job because robots are doing it. What is that? And I mean, and this is what I'll be in the middle of it too. As a business person, I get it. That saves you money.
For sure.
All I got to do is buy how much robots? They ain't got to eat, sleep, and I ain't got to pay them no payroll. Oh, yeah. I just got to pay for them to be maintained. Exactly. Oh, yeah, definitely. You saving all your coins at that point. I get it. I'm not even mad at it. But then I have to look at ain't nobody going to have a job, bro.
Yeah.
It's so down to the T. They already making where they're already doing where AI can emulate Travis Scott. It's already like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just needs a couple of tweets. And it had the cadences and everything sounds like Travis Scott. Yeah. It's cool, but it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
It's kind of coming to that point. It's like, what exactly do I need you for?
Yeah.
That's it. It's gonna outsmart a human.
Exactly.
100%.
So it's to the point like, what is a robot? Well, okay, I'm a robot. What the heck do I even need you for? What exactly do I need you? I can do anything.
That's true.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm like, pick your poison very carefully. Yeah, it's cool and all. And that's the whole thing. It's always gonna be fluffed up, make it look nice.
Always. But it's important to ask these questions, and I think you're right on that.
No, it is. No, it is. It is. And again, like I said, nobody's wrong.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, something to announce that just popped up when we got here. The Spider-Man No Way Home trailer is officially been released. It is out.
Oh, dang.
Finally.
It is out. OG.com.
I saw the little Green Goblin bomb.
Yeah.
And then what's his name came in there too.
That's a keep. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. That's sick. That's sick. Oh, yeah.
That's a keep across the board for me.
Dude, yeah, heck yeah. That's sick. Yeah, 100%.
Of course that's a keep. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. Damn. Well, that was a good way to end that, actually.
Yeah.
Shit, guys. This was fun. Thanks for coming on, Jahmaiki. This was a blast. And I hope you had a good time with this.
Yeah,
for sure, bro. So, everybody, thank you guys for listening. If you like what you heard, please give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review on Apple iTunes. Give us a thumbs up on Spotify and like us on any other streaming service you listen to. Also, please tell your friends about us. Word of mouth is the best way to grow. Once again, thank you guys for listening. Jahmaiki, some time if you want to plug your Instagram, your Twitter, and your music coming out.
New music should be coming out real soon. Just be on the lookout for it. But on my all social medias, YouTube, Spotify, everything, just find me on Jahmaiki, Jahmaiki.
Perfect.
Right, cool.
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. Peace.
Bye.
Memories have been so faded, lately alternated, piecing things together even though my heart is jaded. I'm so hated, tried to keep my patience. The devil got me good, but who's to blame when I degraded myself? I lived a lot through storytelling, never being myself. I learned my lessons through depression, that was hard on my health. I got a father who don't listen, he don't know what I felt. Perspectives had to change, I'm the only one who's saving myself. And they don't notice what I dealt with. Places I could take it, but I'm further than replenished. All my energy diminished. Pain comes and you finish. Many folded on me, then they wonder why I'm selfish. I've been mortified, maybe traumatized. Can you hold this fire? Fuck it, I don't trust it, but I see what's on the other side. Bigger pride. Harder times when I had thoughts of suicide. Harder nights I cry myself to sleep. Who was on my side?
It's been a long, long time dealing with the trauma. I've been dealing with it all on my own. It's been a long, long time dealing with the trauma. I've been dealing with it all on my own.
Yeah, hopping out the pain when I'm moving out the strain like that. No, doing things out of spite, that don't mean that it's right, no.
It's been a long, long time dealing with the trauma. I've been dealing with it all on my own. It's been a long, long time dealing with the trauma. I've been dealing with it all on my own.
Yeah, hopping out the pain when I'm moving out the strain like that. No, doing things out of spite, that don't mean that it's right, no.
Don't say that shit.
How you mess up any closure?
Don't say that shit.
Do me wrong and say it's over.
Don't say that shit.
Many times I kill my pride,
Don't
try to
say